now who is wrong, who is not wrong. We need to start asking the question, why, what happened, who enabled it. It is very important we do this. And then, where am I saying? So, Rachel wrote Andrew, nice damage control. Like I said earlier, I leave you for God to judge. God will soon disgrace you. Watch out. Your doom is near. Except I'm not serving a living God. All the people you have pie will haunt you. Their spirit will haunt you day and night. No peace for the wicked. Rachel wrote, I only beg you to give me my 3 phones and stop all your evil act. But you chose to act wicked. You have made life frustrating for me, and God will frustrate you. Rachel wrote, God will empty you in the way you have emptied me. I thought you said you will pay in 1 month, in 1 month time. That is why you want to pay more girls. Actually, what Rachel said, that is why you say you want to pay more girls. So, it is over a month now. So, this message was sent on the 23rd of March. By the way, nobody should say, where did I get the message from? I got the message from Rachel. Rachel sent it to me. This is Rachel. That's her Instagram. She forwarded the message to me. That she wrote Andrew this message. So Rachel have an intel. If you live abroad, if you live overseas, just imagine that kind of an intel. That a psychopath who have kidnapped you for 6 days at his property, punish you, deal with you. You have a first-hand experience of what it means to confront that man. Now you run to the police and your police chase you away. They didn't give her a chance to report this to the police. Now, you are going to be blaming me. I was not even aware of this. I wasn't aware there was any problem. I wasn't aware she was kidnapped. Now, she has intel. Not just intel, she has a physical injury on her. And she's supposed to go to the police and report it. She went to the police, and the police told her to go away and go and bring 200 grand. So Rachel never got a chance to report this to the police. Now you live abroad, you live whatever you are blaming me. Keep on blaming me and avoid the capital failure that enables Andrew. Police could have taken a statement and said, this man that kept me in the house, he's really going crazy. This is what he said. And in a sane society, they would have gone to Andrew's house, pick him up, and bundle him to jail. Then charge him on Rachel's situation because he has become a danger to himself, a danger to the society. He's losing his head. He did not hide his crime. He told the girl that just become a victim. This is what I'm driving at. Now, those people that are supposed to take responsibility for this failure, they don't run, then they hide now. So they are asking you, or you are now thinking Ben that live in the UK is to be blamed. No. You need to go back to school to know who is responsible for this. My heart is free. That's why I'm dancing. That's why I'm enjoying myself, because I live in a country where there is freedom of speech, where there is law and order, where things like this can never happen. It is impossible. So I do understand you if you are in Nigeria because that's what you're used to. But I am highly disappointed on people that live overseas, that leave the whole capital failure and be blaming one man. The only man that came out to say, this is the reason why this thing continue. And if we don't talk about it, they will sweep it under the carpet. Another one will happen again. Something will happen to another young lady again, and the police will never listen to them. That is the reason why I campaign for this. That is the reason why I'm talking. But instead of supporting the movement to make the police accountable, they did not. They are telling me, why didn't I report to UK police? I am asking them, do you not have a police in your country? Rachel went. She wrote this message in March. She went in January. This man kidnapped me for 6 days. This man took my phone. This man almost pied me. I escaped. I did not just escape. I have stitches. I have injury on my legs. This is a message. Ask her. This is a message directly from her on my inbox. This is a message. It's not a hidden thing. So as much as you are trying, it's like you are leaving the real problem and you are blaming other people. You are blaming somebody else. She said it to him. And when we come on Daddy Freeze the other day, they couldn't allow me to emphasize on the police failure. All they are doing is Ben, they send you picture. Ben, they send you picture. How does that pie somebody? How does pictures pie somebody? How does picture pie somebody? You are now dragging me. You are now saying Ben is the problem. But this girl got a chance to save the other girls. In her interview on Daddy Freeze, he said, I am not doing this for myself. It got to a point where I did not want to even fight for myself. I want to make sure other people, other girls don't fall victim. She said it on that interview. I have my disagreement with Rachel because I wasn't aware of who she is. I know Nigerians, even if you show them your heart like this, they will say it's not your heart anymore. They have been conditioned. They don't trust themselves, so they believe everybody lies like them. I just publish all of the chats I have with Andrew. Openly. Chat that talks about my own personal life, my children, my baby mother. I publish it there. And somebody have audacity to go through it and say you delete something. And say you delete something. I deleted something. Your police have the computer. Your police have his phone. Why don't you gather that strength to say, police, open the laptop, tell us if I lie on the text message? I've already put it out there. So let the police put their own out and let's compare. Where is our priority in Africa? Where is our priority in Nigeria? You guys don't like people that say the truth. You guys want to basically bring me expose your police, tell them they have failed. Not me. You can't do me nothing. And I said it again, no matter how much lies you put, this is a country that works. It's a system that works. You can type whatever. This one expose you. This one say you do this. All of them is lies. You can say whatever you want in your life. But one thing that I know is this. you can never, 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 never bring those allegations to the court in the UK. The same court that jailed Ekwela Amado. Bring your case in. You know you don't have a case. So the only case you have is to go on the internet. But this is your police. They chased the girl away. You say, me will forget him. God will judge the police. But you are judging me. Leave me with God then. You want to lead your police that your tax is paying, your money is paying, your government money, your oil is paying to God to judge. But you want to judge me. This is not balance. This is no balance. If I kept my mouth quiet, the story you have on the 3rd of June would have been the story you will hear forever about this case. And we will never find the solution. We will never find the problem. You know what it will be like? It will be like you are cooking in your house, in your kitchen, and the gas is leaking. And it's leaking from the pipeline in the house. Finally, it exploded. You took the cylinder outside. You are not able to investigate, check. Why? Because, so you went again and buy another cylinder and connect it to the same pipe without checking the wall and trace it. What was the problem? Let us correct it so that it will not happen again. Let us correct it. But you don't want to correct it because for you, you have arrived at the last bus stop of your thinking. You have made up your mind. The ceiling to expand the understanding of the situation is blocked. So where you are currently is to just agree. This is what they told you. That is what it is. Nothing else. Mr. Ben is to be blamed. And that is it. And your police is not to be blamed. The system that enabled him is not to be blamed. The system that gave him GUN is not to be blamed. The man said, I shouldn't have this GUN. He said it. I should not be in the possession of this GUN. Why did they give me this GUN? The man said it. Rachel could have made them to remove that GUN from him. When you go to the station and say, the man has a GUN following me around the kitchen. The police could have, what? He's using the GUN they say he should use to protect himself, to harm you. Let's go and take the GUN from him. The police did not go. I don't know the police, but the police did not go. Rachel has to fight for herself. 1 month gone, 2 months gone. And then May happened. And you guys want to sweep it under the carpet and give us a cock and bull story. Cock and bull story. I have somebody currently on YouTube. I told you guys when I'm live like this, before I bring somebody out, I will definitely so if you are joining, please tell me where the failure start from. Tell me how the failure start. Open your mind. Put your daughter, put your wife in the situation. Put your sibling in the situation. That they run to the police. They told the police, they tried to tell the police whatever experience, and the police chased them away. And you live in the UK. You live in the UK. You believe it's somebody far away that is the problem. You know, say you know go school with that. You know go school. So for you, the power of actually analyzing things is not there. The power of analyzing things is not there. So it is very, very sad. So that's where we are. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I have I have um have a very strong feeling that we'll get to the root of this. Have a very strong feeling that we'll get to the root of this. But what you guys want is that we shouldn't get to the root of this. Do you know that this happened before? You didn't know? The police station that she went to, they're supposed to go there and clear all of them. I will tell you something. That is very important. The police station she went to, they're supposed to go and clear all of them and ask them a question. When Rachel left in January, Andrew still has his GUN. He still have his GUN. And it's unfortunate that we are in that situation. So I'm going to bring our people in. But if you're on YouTube and you want to contribute, you can go back to the channel and then join us on TikTok and make your comment. But I do just want you to understand the failures that persisted. What you think you got on me is of no use. Blame me, I accept it. Tell me, Ben, yeah, say it. I accept it. But can you accept that your own system have failed you? This is not a joke. This is actually not a joke. This is a reality. If what happened to that girl happened to anybody in the UK, you don't even need to phone. Andrew will get 14 years in jail for that, 14 years. But do you know, after that, the police still left his GUN with him? They left his GUN with him. What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say about that? I have accepted. I've been a man enough to come out and put my chest out. Because my conscience is clear. I know legally you can do nothing. I'm in a country where there's rule of law. If I'm in Nigeria, the way you are lynching me online now, you can physically lynch me. Because you are controlled by emotion. You can't see where we are going with this. I don't know Rachel. I don't know her. And I honestly don't know her. What point does it make? Your police knows her. She was in Nigeria, physically in Nigeria. How do we actually even distribute this? I think my platform is not for a lot of people because I'm watching some people. It's not for you. You can't handle the information we shared here. This is not a platform for Mumu. This is a platform for people, highly sophisticated people, people that have intelligence, policy makers, people that have thinking ability to analyze things in a critical way and come up with a solution. Not emotionally controlled, driven people. I don't do that. I don't do emotion. I see things, I analyze it. I said, what are the possibility of this happening? What are the chances of this happening? And I will come up with a fair decision about it. She got a chance. The police enabled Andrew. Not once, not two, not three. Now they gave him a GUN. They drink with him. He did chop some of them. How is that okay? How is that okay? How is that okay? And when you look at the search that they search, the police, the searching and everything, what they say they search, you should ask your police, what investigation have they carried out? Who have they speak to? Who have they arrested? What is the level of the investigation they have done? What is the lesson that we can potentially learn from this incident? And if you are in a country that is as wonderful as the country where I'm currently in, where every alarm raised is consigning for the police will definitely take it immediately. Police will take it seriously immediately. You don't talk. If you are in the village in Nigeria, sorry. If you are in the UK and you have any evidence against me, just go and report to the police. They send you guys to my page to come and tell me things that I don't understand. I'm not here to teach you anything. You've already condemned anyway. You've already condemned. So I don't really feel, I feel like some of you guys will have to experience this failure physically. And sure, some of you guys are actually experiencing it now. As I'm talking now, you are experiencing the failure. But you do know because it's like you are innate. So you don't really feel the bubble of it. So you are basically, you are used to it. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. And the Nigerians are used to lies. So you have to lie to them. You have to tell them lies because they reflect their mind for you. And I'm going to tell you something. The messages of Andrew I shared is 100% correct. So, and I'm challenging the Nigerian police to go ahead and retrieve the message and compare what I share with what we have. I'm not asking the internet. I'm asking the Nigerian police. That is why I posted it on internet. You see the audacity? Some of you guys cannot even open your phone to your wife. I open everything. I showed it. Let them go and compare. I make their job easier for them. I make their job easier for them. You think they have something on me, they won't bring it out? They will. So I dare any of you. I dare any of you. Somebody told me to move on. Let's forget about this matter. Like we've seen the girls, we've seen their skeleton, we've seen their body. We haven't. The body they gave to you is fake. Or do you want us to still accept a fake body? Because you care so much for Celine and Afiba, we should just accept a fake body. Is it Ben that is giving you a fake body? It's a common sense. The police cannot lie about this anymore. They are blocked now. They cannot lie. They cannot lie. They have to come out and defend their action, how they feel. All the girls that have reported, they have to start from Port Harcourt to Aba and everywhere. They have to start it. They have to start it now. So I want to welcome people on TikTok that want to join us today. So if you are joining and you want to have your say, please come over to the TikTok and have your say. What I can tell you is this platform is open for criticism, is open for dialogue, but one thing that I will not take is not open for misinformation. It's not open for fake. You can contribute, but when you are trying to run the narrative that suits you, no, I have no problem with most of you guys. I have a problem with the system that enables Andrew. Now they're still going to enable more Andrew in the future. So we have to be realistic about it. And that is what I am doing. If you don't understand it, I can understand that some of us are very slow in understanding the pattern at which I'm going. I do understand why some of you guys really blame me, because I have opened a box of trouble that normally is supposed to be sealed. So they gave you a story that I know it was not correct. I corrected it. And then you are angry. And then some people ask me, show us the girl. Show us the girl. I say, open your eye. Listen to me. Andrew is not working alone, you say. Then check who he's working with. Is it Ben? Yes, put Ben in. Who other people is he working with? Put them in. Let us find out what happened. Let us find out what happened. Now, some of you guys are now telling me, Ben, stop. Don't talk about this again. It's draining. I complain to you. I come beg you for water to drink. In life, a man have to stand for something. You can't be a coward forever. A coward could have been just sitting down there and said, whatever, that's Nigeria for you. And I would have sit in my house without opening my mouth. It doesn't cost me anything. And I know what the police will do at the end of the day. They will sweep it under the carpet. But I spoke out. You called me an enabler. What about your police? Is your police not an enabler? Is your police not an enabler? In March, she wrote this message. In January, she went to the police. Let me see another blogger that will identify this and start talking about this. So that next time, when some of you guys go to the police and say somebody is threatening me, they will take you serious. What is that difficult? If I'm in Nigeria now and I want to report some people here, it's 1 minute. I will report you and they will come and pick you up because I have the resources to do it. They will pick you up and they will put you in cell for like 5 days. I'll pay. But that's not how life's supposed to be. That's not how life's supposed to be. I don't supposed to use my influence to intimidate you. I don't supposed to use my money to intimidate you. I told you guys, I say in the UK, nobody can say I will lock you up. Nobody. Who born you to say you will lock somebody up? I will lock you up. If a police officer even say that in the UK, that police officer will be relieved of his job. If a police officer look you and say, I will jail you, that police officer will get relief of his job. But in Nigeria, somebody can say, I jail you, I lock you up for 1 week, you will not come out. Is that how life's supposed to be? Is that how life's supposed to be? We are live on YouTube and TikTok, and we are going to be talking. If you are joining, Leah, good evening from the state, from UK to you guys in America, in Nigeria, in the UK, in Germany, and wherever you are joining us from. Have your say now. So if you are on YouTube and you want to ask a question, just pop over to TikTok and ask a question. Don't just be an observer. You can contribute your part. If you have anything that you want to clarify with what I've said so far, you can ask. If you think I am the only person you want to hold responsible for this. Please prepare your document to carry me to court, because Facebook is not a court. Instagram is not a court. YouTube is not a court. So the only power you have there is to type and insult and bully. That's all, nothing more. Apart from that, that's where you end. If you really want to express your power, they can't hear me. The TikTok people say they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, I didn't. What happened?
We could hear you, but you couldn't hear us.
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead, please. How are you today?
We are doing well. I would say good evening, good afternoon to everyone.
Go ahead.
Welcome back to the platform to discuss, analyze, and can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Go ahead. Just a phone call just came into the phone, but I removed it.
Discuss, analyze, and critically think. Mr. Ben, I will like to say something, and I would like to plead with you that this section of whatever I'm about to say after your live section, if you could kindly put it on all your platforms.
I will do that.
Very, very important to me.
Okay, I will do that.
What I am trying to say today is that all of us here, we have constantly reintegrated that we are not just followers. We are here to critically think for ourselves. We don't have an FC. We don't follow the crowd. We think and we make our own judgment. Therefore, I would like to say that from yesterday, today, Mr. Ben has posted on his YouTube and other platforms his conversation with Andrew in a very raw format for everybody to see. We will also always say that we are not here to place moral judgment on anybody. We are here to dissect the real issues. Nevertheless, as a woman, on my own accord, I would like to condemn the actions of Andrew sharing any form of nude picture of any woman to his friend, which was just like the way boys and guys do all the time. Mr. Ben is not the only person. I'm sure you are sitting in your home and your four fingers are facing close to your face while that one finger is pointing at them. We all have had some, especially when it comes to boys, we know they like to do stuff like that. Don't know if it's to show, their friends that they have the nicest girls, or, it's something that we know in the society it happens. Therefore, I would like to stand on this platform to advise and plead to all the young ladies out there, including those that are single, those that are married. Refrain from sending your nude pictures to your partners. Kindly refrain from sending your nude pictures to your partners, including recording yourselves with your partners whilst you do your private activity. I am saying this because your partners, your boyfriends, your fiancés, even your husbands, they are human beings. At a point, or even if you have issues with them, this can be a tool for your destruction. This can be a tool used to blackmail you. And therefore, we encourage everyone to desist. Unless unless you are doing this as a business, unless it's your profession that you don't mind to sell your nudes or your sex videos, refrain from sending these kind of contents to your boyfriends and your fiancés, because trust me, they will share it with their friends. It's happening. It is still happening. If you go to our colleges, universities, it's happening. It's a normal thing. And I'm going to repeat, it's a normal thing. But we ladies are still not learning from everything that is happening. We condemn such acts by any individual, even for the ladies that try to take pictures of themselves and keep it on their phones. It doesn't mean that these kind of images are secured from public eyes. Your phone can get compromised. I have a friend who had such pictures on her phone and her phone got damaged. She decided to take it for a repair. And whilst taking the phone for a repair, she knew she had those pictures on there, but she wasn't expecting the gentleman that is repairing the phone to actually go into her archives. And that is how her nudes leaked. This she did not give to anybody. She had them on her phone, probably for her own preference. So please, we will continuously advise people, especially our females. It doesn't make you a bad bee, you know, like some girls want to call themselves, you know, that means you're a bad bee, you know, you're trying to impress your partner, so that means you have to send them such explicit information. So please, this is a plea and an advice. Like we said, we come on this platform, we condemn when it has to be, we speak truth when it has to be, and we hope that this message will go out there and people will rethink. I'm telling you, I'm saying this on record, some girls will still not buy what I'm saying. They probably will do it this night. They probably are even doing it whilst I'm talking. And they're like, what is this lady talking about? You should go away.
You know, I don't buy it. And I'll tell you why. I'm sorry to cut in, but this is it. Maybe because I see life differently. And from my own school of thoughts, once you are not a minor and you are an adult, okay, I leave you to bear the consequences of your actions. By this I mean, you know, even if you say desist or not desist, you cannot really tell what people will do. But I will rather, on the other hand, state that people have rights to their bodies. People have rights to have their images. People have rights to even do whatever they please. But I'll now go further to tell any lady who has her news or who has anything out there, do not fall for manipulations, okay? If somebody is threatening you with something that you have there, confront it head on with the law, okay? You have not committed a crime by having your nudes on your phone, okay? If you, out of love, send nudes to someone, you did not give him for publication. That's my view. Because you see, why I don't want to say this is what of people that have done it already and they cannot withdraw what has been sent. But or you, like you said, you went to repair your phone and someone had access to it. I don't think anybody should beat themselves up for having their nudes on their phone, even though I would never have my nudes on my phone. Me that I'm talking like this, I will not do it though. However, I'm now going to say, if it has happened, you have a right, okay, a right of action to against anybody who circulates whatever belongs to you, provided you have not collected money for that purpose, you did not put it on a production platform so that they can now use it for their business. If whatever you shared was an intimate whatever, it remains that way. So I will say, do not be ashamed, do not feel manipulated or heartbroken, or even become too ashamed to own your shit. Rather, pursue it, okay, legally. You go to the right authorities. It doesn't need, go to the right authorities. You are protected by the law. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that, Auntie Barrister. I think that what you're saying is also very sensible. At the end of the day, as an adult, your decisions are, you should be ready to face the consequences of your decisions. So we hope that this message has reached as many women as possible.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Ben.
Good evening.
I would like to, yesterday I wanted to share my experience, but I think the network was really bad. I couldn't say anything. I also want to say that I am happy that what we're doing here, a lot of people are getting aware. They're beginning to understand the issue that is going on between Afiba and Celine. Mm-hmm. A lot of truth has been brought to light for some people. A few days ago, I don't know, I went to Harrison's Instagram post. He made a post, and then I asked just simple questions. You know, I didn't want to make it look like, oh, I'm supporting Ben or I'm being judgmental or something, because everything we're doing is all about logic. And then I asked a simple question. I said, in all your posts, I watched you on live where Afiba's husband pleaded and then mentioned some suspects, people he suspects. You know, I mentioned their names, mentioned Officer Oracle, which Afiba's husband called. Why have you, Harrison, not made one post or even shared this live on your platform for people to see, for people to watch, you know? And then you also mentioned on your live with, is it Daddy Freeze also, that the dead body you found, that you got an intel about the dead body. Could you explain or try to like tell us who that intel is? Because it simply means you have other people you're working with. Who is the intel? For the intel to give you a hint about a dead body, it simply means that your intel has a lot of things to tell the world or to explain to us. So after I dropped that comment, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, can they get the audio, like the live section? Because I think most people don't even know about the live section. They just come based on what they see online or have clips that they've watched, and then they make their conclusion. And you know, one thing is that after I asked those questions, just simple questions, no insults, no mentioning of Ben's name, just simple question. Harrison blocked me from his Instagram. Blocked me from the Instagram.
He blocked you?
Yes, he blocked me from the Instagram.
Because he read the question. Did you write it or you asked on the live?
Yes.
You
blocked
wrote
me.
it?
No,
you wrote
it was not a live. I wrote it under a post he made about Afiba and Celine, and then he blocked me. But my happiness was that a lot of people came to my inbox and wanted me to share that video, that live recording with them, which I did. And then about 3 of them said, oh, really? They didn't even know that something like this went on, you know? They've just been following his own post about, oh, this is what we've policed and all of that. And as I tell you currently, a lot of them have followed. I told them that they should come to your platform where we discuss. They can ask you any question, you know? That is what we're here for. People should ask questions and get to know what is happening. We need people that, you know, think logically. When you watch from this platform, you ask reasonable questions, you're answered rather than being blocked. I didn't go to Harrison's page. I didn't even mention about the part where he collected money. Let it not be like, oh, I'm trying to.
You are coming for him.
And all of
like
that.
you are coming for him. Yeah.
Questions.
Yeah.
I only ask simple questions. Why are we not talking about the people Afiba's husband mentioned? He talked about blessing, talked about the boyfriend, Abi the husband to be, and then mention Officer Oracle. This man said he has spent over 7 million naira. Why is it that in all your posts you have not done that? The only thing you do, you told the whole world that Ben is Andrew's archive man, the man that used to send video. Why have you not mentioned these important details? And honestly, I can tell you that that question I asked got 165 likes. And then lots of comments under it, because a lot of people have not seen that live video. They don't even know what is happening. They just watch half clips from different places and then they draw their conclusion. But I was happy that some reasonable ones came to my DM. I was like, please, can I share that live section with them? Which I did. And then they were like, oh, really? This man mentioned this thing and nobody is talking about it. I said, yes. The police failed everybody, and Harrison is not trying to, show the whole world. Even in the letter you read yesterday,
yes,
it is also stated that Blessing Adeyemi something
Adeni, Blessing Adeni wrote the letter.
Adeni, yes, that issued the letter. So why is this person? Why are we not still seeing this person? And then I could remember also, if we can maybe ask Afiba's husband some questions. Is it Nick or who on the show raised a point that, fine, Afiba's husband said Blessing was the one who told him that Afiba and Celine were missing. She sent her location and all of that. Is it that Blessing sent a screenshot of what Afiba sent to him, or it was just, just a message? So we could know how to conclude, how did Blessing get to know of this, or something like that. I think Nick raised a question like that, or a comment like that. So the people listening to this live, we're not here to criticize anybody. We're here to talk logic. We're here to, if somebody does something that is wrong, you point it out to the person that this your action is wrong. We need to know the motive of your action. We need to know why you are not doing some certain things that you're supposed to do. Suspects are raised. Blessing is mentioned. We have not heard anything about Blessing till now.
The man, the Afiba's husband,
yes,
mentioned Blessing in a very strong term.
Yes.
He did not miss one word. He said, they asked him, who is your suspect? Andrew is gone. He said, Blessing and the boyfriend. He said it on the air. I am very surprised because I have been promoting Blessing, that Blessing should. I'm not accusing Blessing. I have seen the detriment of being accused, falsely accused. But unfortunately, Afiba's husband has not said, Ben is my suspect. Afiba's husband has not said that. So you, as the instigator of this matter, the man who you are looking for his wife, say, this is my suspect. We can't find him. We can't find her. You are not promoting it. You hide it away from your followers. Then you put Ben's face and tell your follower, Ben that stay in London, who did not even know the transfer of money, is the one you should be blaming. Does that make any sense?
Mr. Ben, I think I need to bring this to your notice.
Oh, okay.
For the first time, since we have been speaking on the people that should be posted, should be asked questions, for the first time, Sir Bill just posted today, Blessing.
Yes, good. Let the house clap for Sir Bill.
That's a good song. We are encouraging those that go on those platforms to go and watch this picture of Blessing and spread it out there for people to know, so that if anybody has any form of information or can advise her to come out, because they had said that the police will treat her very nicely. They only want to hear her side of the story. So she shouldn't be afraid.
But is the police looking for Blessing?
We don't know.
That's the question we should be asking.
Now, based on
Police is not looking for. Police is not looking for anybody concerning this case.
Listen to what
Mr. Ben.
Yeah.
Mr. Ben.
Yeah.
Mr. Ben. We are at least we have been able to achieve something first.
Yeah.
The conversation is getting somewhere.
Absolutely.
Which is there has never been a time since we have been talking about this thing that they posted.
They never
Blessing's
posted it.
picture.
And we emphasized on it yesterday very well. Yeah.
Good day, Mr. Ben. Good day.
Good day,
Can you
sir.
hear me?
Good day. I can hear you very well.
Yeah. I thank you for like the chart you posted today.
Yes,
because
sir.
every day you keep going deeper and deeper.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
To bring much and much
Clarity.
evidence and detail about everything. And today I wanted to cross-examine two stuffs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, your chat with Andrew, with the late Andrew.
Yes.
Number two, Rachel's chat with Andrew.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Ben.
Yes, sir.
According to what I can see right here, I think all this is all about blackmailing, not really kidnapping.
Thank
you understand?
Yes.
If I could see all the stuffs Andrew was sending to you, he was sending some kind of message about ladies, him having fallout with ladies. Later on, he tells them to like this and this, he should send his money back and stuff like that. So I feel all those images Andrew was sending to you, he was using it to blackmail those girls.
Those girls, without my even knowledge.
Yeah, he was without your, no, I'm going somewhere, Mr. Ben, Mr. Ben, okay? He was using those images and those videos to blackmail those girls. So whenever he sends it to you, the fact that you don't even publish those images on your website or on your blog or on your platform, you are exonerated of any claim the public is trying to put out there, that you are aware of anything about the news he's sending. And the fact that you are not reaching any of those people, like to ask for money or anything or stuff, so you have nothing to do with the blackmailing part in which Andrew is playing with those his victims, okay? And number two, I feel probably they talk about a 1 million naira in which Selene transferred to Andrew. I feel Andrew blackmailed Selene with those notes. Selene transferred 1 million naira to Andrew. You understand? Probably Selene was not comfortable about it.
I don't even have. Sorry, Nick. There was no Selene videos on that one. If that is
no, he might not disclose the whole video to you of Selene and Afiba. The ones you saw was the one he sent you just to like say, okay, these are the girls.
They're in my bedroom,
In my bedroom, you understand? He might have more videos that he didn't send to you. You understand? So I feel probably he tried to blackmail those girls and they sent him 1 million naira. Probably those girls, like he told you, those girls left his house. Because I've seen a case like this while I was in the uni. A friend of mine, he had a girlfriend like that, and they were having issues. He used to have, he had the girl's pornographic picture and stuff like that on his phone. Later on, like, the girl was telling him to delete those stuff, but he didn't want to listen. He was just like, he won't delete it and stuff like that. The girl came to his house because he was living off campus. The girl came to his BQ and stuff like that. So the girl went missing after the girl came to his BQ. After the girl went missing, they came to arrest this my friend. When they arrested him, the guy spent like almost a week in the police station. They were just making him out of money and stuff like that. So the guy was like, he doesn't know anything about the girl missing and stuff. You understand? So later on, when they left this guy, it didn't take more than a week. This girl that was missing, like they found the girl, and the girl was trying to like just started putting up a story like she was a victim of one chance and stuff like that. That was the story while I was in the uni. So things like this happen. It might be that Selene and Andrew had this fallout based on the blackmailing. Andrew tried to blackmail those girls, and they went back to their friend Blessing. Since that friend Blessing has the power, she knows police, she knows this, she knows that. So they might, I don't think Afiba might be aware of all these things, you understand? But this is just my own thinking.
Because now,
Selene and Blessing, might plan this whole stuff. You understand? Because what I'm seeing right now, the only case I'm seeing here is a case of blackmail, not kidnapping. Because those police, those Officer Oracle, that said they self-kidnap, it might be among the game. Because they know what they are saying. They just want to make out money from the suspect and probably Afiba's husband and that. So that's all about that. I'm going to point two. Point two, the chat between Rachel and Andrew. I look at those chats. Andrew never replied to any of those chats. So will I say those chats is being premeditated? Rachel messaged Andrew around March saying, you said you will pie people before you pie yourself. You understand? So how come April this stuff surfaced? So I think there's a bone of this thing. The police have to investigate that chat very well. They have to investigate it well.
Because that chat,
is
that
passing a message.
chart, that very particular chat you talked about, because I try as much as possible. I interrogated Rachel up to 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. last night. We chatted. Yeah. I interrogate her. I asked her so many questions. The Rachel in question. And Rachel insisted Ben knew about me. I'm like, I even sent the first time I heard about her. I screenshot it and I sent it to her. There's one thing about me is this, is that I am into this now. It is no way to step back. Nigerians have seen my face and they have seen Andrew. So they want to execute me without even admitting or without even trial. But I'm not going to allow that because I'm not one of them. So that's why I'm defending myself. So I asked Rachel why Rachel did not inform the police in March. That was last night. I have the text messages. And Rachel told me nobody listened to her. That she tried to contact so many bloggers. We are going back and forth. I'm like, do you know in an investigation, they can hold you responsible because you are pre-aware. According to your own word, you are aware that Andrew is in the process of paying people. I wasn't have privilege to this information. But you are telling me, you sent it to me from your phone that this was the message you sent to Andrew. Andrew did not reply. I don't know why, because it does look like it's a conversation. But that conversation, Andrew's part was off completely. It was just Rachel. About almost 10 messages. I have the message here. One. Hold on, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 messages. Okay, on one particular chat, on the 23rd of March at 18:14 in the evening, Rachel wrote, nice damage control. What did Andrew say for Rachel to write nice damage control?
Nice damage, yeah.
Exactly. I was about to come into that chat too.
That chat.
Are you listening, guys? Are you listening? Nice damage control. This was a match, right? Because you guys don't even believe when I open my whole WhatsApp and I screen recorded it and I sent it to you guys. This was a chat, and I'm not even questioning Rachel. Nice damage control. But at the top of it, what did Andrew say to say this? Like I said earlier. So that means they've been talking. Like I said earlier.
And then she wiped out everything Andrew said.
Yes, she wiped everything Andrew said, and then she basically sent me what she said to Andrew. Then she said, like I said earlier, I leave him for God to judge. God will soon disgrace you. Andrew did not talk. Watch out, Andrew did not talk. Your doom is near. Andrew did not talk. Except I am not serving a living God. So it does this message is suspicious. But I believe her. I have no right to say I don't believe her. But this is where I actually, because every time I look at things, my people, this is what makes me different. If you show me document, I analyze it. I don't look at it the same day. I'll look at it next day, I'll look at it again, and I'll ask myself a question. So, make una look at. What do you think happened here, Nick?
I feel that chat is being premeditated for her to make that statement about Andrew paying people and paying himself. Will Andrew ever tell us something like that? We have to just try to believe that. Can we believe Andrew ever told us something like that? So I feel that chat is being premeditated. That's what I feel. This chat happened March, and that stuff happened April. This chat is really saying a lot.
And she called girl. You said, I thought you said you will pay in a month. In a month's time. That's why you want to pay. And he said, girls, that's why you want to pay more girls. It is over a month now. And we want to know what makes Rachel to say nice damage control. What are the chat conversation Andrew has with Rachel? But because I am in, so it's no longer a story of whether Ben have an interest in this. You have already accused me of being part of this. And for me to exonerate myself, I have to prove all these things. This chat look like one-sided. It's like me telling you good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon. How are you? Now
Exactly. No response.
it's
from
me saying how are
others.
you.
Where?
It's me they're saying I'm fine. It doesn't make any sense.
No. Let me play the devil's advocate. What if Ben has chosen to sorry please, Andrew, waste my time on Rachel's chat. I want to go back to what Nick said earlier on, which is this. If you remember, Falila, when I said, was there a happy ending when these ladies
Left the house. Went there.
left the house? Were they happy? Assuming that's a theory. If they left, according to Andrew said they left. So according to him, in what state did they leave the house? For us to know what really happened, anything anybody is saying here is we are just going up and down. The first way to know what happened is one, the person who brought that petition. Two, the person who signed that petition, authorized that petition, and instructed the people to go and bring Andrew. If you find these two people, truth will start coming out.
Auntie
Because
Barrister, please, can I
it is
comment
on
to that part? Can I comment to that part you said about happy ending? If 1 million naira was transferred
Yes.
from Celine's account to Andrew's account, definitely there was never an happy ending. So we just have to
Thank you. I agree.
There was never an
I
happy
agree.
ending.
And that's why I
1
said.
million might be blackmail.
hold
I
on.
feel that's a blackmail.
Hold
That's
on.
a blackmail.
Hold on.
That's
Hold on,
I'm
my
listening to
friend.
you. Yeah.
Mr. Andrew told Mr. Ben that the 1 million naira came as a bet to favor, or whoever favor said the 1 million is Betway something. That's what we heard, right? I agree with what you are saying. But I'm telling you, listen, the triangle of this investigation, I have my own. One day I wish I can post my own draft of my own conclusion, since doctor is always asking me for motive. Now let me tell him what I feel. Doctor, if you can hear me, I feel that there is a strong connection with, for us to know where these ladies are. I repeat, Nigerian police, you are hearing me, so you know what I'm talking about. Who gave that instruction? Who authorized the 4 officers that moved from Abuja to to Umuahia? One, because that movement was for a purpose. If these girls were actually pied, we would have been able to know. If they were not pied, we would have been able to know. And the only way we can know is Andrew. Now, the person who can help us trace whether they were pied or not, they pied that person. So if you can trace the person who instructed them to come and pick, the person who went to make petition, which is Blessing, okay? If you can tie these people, the truth will start coming out. Maybe little by little, we can now know where, or because it doesn't make any sense to me, for the life of me, where you will find the person who links to 2 human beings.
Hold on.
The first thing you are going to
Hold
be
on.
doing
I also
is
have
executing.
I have something to add, please. I have something to add. Andrew was picked up on the 8th of May. 8th of May, right? What was the urgency to make a petition to Abuja 2 days later?
Thank you.
That's it.
Are you guys listening to me?
Thank you.
What
So
was the
made a
urgency?
petition.
What was the urgency of blessing? It doesn't make any sense.
Dated on the 10th.
Yeah, what was the urgency of blessing? They picked the suspect up on the 10th, on the 8th. Okay? On the 8th. So that means from the 20. No, somebody, I need to open my calendar, please. This is very important.
We should also remember that
Mr. Ben, let me help you with that. I think
said
they picked Andrew on the 8th.
he wrote a petition to Abuja.
Calendar.
Thank you. I remember that statement.
Hold on.
I remember that statement like yesterday. I remember it beautifully.
Okay. Listen. Nigerian police, una go pay me for this. Since una no one work. Lazy mind. We are not lazy. We get time. So Andrew was picked up on May the 8th. The police arrived there on the 7th. So they did not leave until about 3 a.m. May the 8th. So it was on Wednesday. Then Andrew was taken straight to Umuahia. Then spent Tuesday, then Thursday, then Friday. Friday. Then on the 10th, being Friday, a petition was written. Just between 2 days, Blessing wrote a petition. And Harrison said he's already petitioned the Abuja, the area 11 or zone 11 in Umuahia.
Zone 11 in
Umuahia.
In Umuahia, yeah.
Yeah. Harrison said he petitioned zone 11. When did Harrison get involved? If Andrew was just arrested in 2 days. Then Harrison said when he wrote his own petition, then he discovered Blessing has written her own petition. And Blessing has said, oh, sorry, I've written my own. And then the Abuja called for it. Things are now adding up. Una they bully me. Hey, Jesus have mercy. Somebody must talk. Now,
Mr. Ben, I think I should come.
Okay. Sorry, please, because this is very important for me to analyze. On the 10th is Friday. The petition was already ready on the 10th. It was not altered. Nothing was done about it until
the 22nd.
Until the 22nd or 23rd. 22nd, 23rd. Why? How long does it take for...
Mr. Ben, please, can you add anti-barrister?
Yes.
And that is what anti-barrister said, that for a petition to come from the highest office of all security agencies in Nigeria, when they are moving a suspect and they get a letter like this, it has to be immediately.
Nick.
Immediately. So how do they wait for 2 weeks?
Nick
is not here. This is Tony.
Tony, sorry. Tony is my guy. Tony, sorry. Tony, my apology for that. Tony, help me out, please. What is the urgency?
I feel they wanted to run all this stuff to be a street something. You understand? They wanted to run all this stuff to be a street something, to take the suspect out of the Umuahia police station and start milking money from the suspects. That's what I feel. Because after the 22nd, they were taken into Abuja. They spent 4 days on the road without getting to Abuja. They were going from hotel to hotel.
No.
You understand?
Nick, no.
No, it's Tony. Tony's on the line. It's not Nick. Sorry.
I mean, Tony, I'm sorry. Tony, you're missing it. You just missed something now. Tony, follow my story now. Please, you people should carefully follow me. This petition came a day. Look at when you get an accused person to the station. And for questioning, you can ask these questions. Ask questions in a whole day. He will be taking his statement. So let's agree that he was moved in on the 8th. His statement will be taken. Investigation will commence. So 8th, he just took his statement 8, asking him questions. And by the 9th, which is the next day, investigation would have begun. Then suddenly on the 10th, there's already a letter from Abuja. Are you following me?
Yes.
Which is not so. You should have actually waited for the investigation to come up to say, okay, this is what we investigated. When you are not satisfied with the outcome of that investigation, at least it should have been within 1 week to say that these people are not serious, so these people are not doing anything. Let me go to Abuja and petition. But it is just 2 days, a day after his statement was, because that 8, you need to know how, if you have ever been taken to a police station, you will write. You will keep writing. They will let you go. You will come back and write.
Then they will do the tracking, which they have to track night, day, anytime, 48 hours, 72 hours.
Takes time. So even while they were still investigating this matter, they had written this letter, and now we read this. I purposely wanted you to read this letter yesterday because this letter does not reflect to anything transferring of file. It does not reflect to anything. I don't know if you understand. You don't go to the IG of police to go and institute a matter. That's the highest.
And the letter said, unknown persons.
Unknown person.
Unknown person. How do you say it's unknown person when you already have him in a custody?
In custody, and you say unknown. How can he be unknown?
All of us cannot be dumb, please. It doesn't make any
Mr. Ben,
sense.
I think you should put this letter again, just the letter, right? Nothing included in that letter on your platforms again. I think some people have not seen it, so they can read the letter themselves. Because the last time I think you showed it just by holding it. Some people don't have access to it. Kindly post it, let people go read it, like we read it yesterday, and make their own analysis of that letter.
Now, the person that made that petition is Blanche. She has turned off her phone, had her social media deactivated. What are we talking about in this case? And people are going to be shouting, Mr. Ben, Mr. Ben, Mr. Ben. Then Mr. Ben is what? Is Mr. Ben remotely at the scene of the crime? May God help us to see road in this country.
But I want to ask a question, Mr. Ben.
Go ahead,
Why
sir.
did it take like a week plus after those girls were missing before Andrew was arrested? Because the girls were missing, I guess, on the 27th of April.
4th of April, yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew was arrested on the 8th of May.
Yes.
So why was this stuff not quick? So definitely there's something shady about all these things. There's something shady.
And nobody want to know. These guys are doing rest in peace for 2 girls. How you do rest in peace when there's so many questions? How you say rest in peace to them?
If it was the kidnapping
find
case,
anybody?
Kidnapping is a capital
Did you
offense
see
according to the
anybody?
Nigerian law. It's a capital offense. It will be treated with urgency.
How do you say rest in peace? What kind of people are these? Then you are coming to defend Harrison. Let Harrison come and defend this. I am not ready to make any peace. Let Harrison, let Sabino. We die. I don't even want to say something that will make my account go down now. Let Sabino interpret this. Which investigation is he doing?
Where did the person who got the signal, who got the message of the missing of that Afiba's message, where did the person first go to make a complaint? Where was the first place they made a complaint? The person who got this, where was the first place they made a complaint? Who got that message from Afiba that I feel I have been kidnapped? Where was the first place they went to register a complaint?
You see, this is the problem.
Husband says she only mentioned it 2 days after she had received that message. And this is the same blessing.
Dana went to IG's office. Organized IG's office.
So I think for me, my thinking would be Blessing was trying to actually look out for her friends. So she maybe contacted Darlington, who thought he could pull some strings. Because you realize they said after they had picked up Andrew, the intention was to torture him. So I think when Phoebe's husband was talking to Sebio, that was some time ago, he stated that why can't you torture them? torture Andrew, right? Because
That
she's
is
the
what he
last
said. He
person
said
who
he
knew
wanted Andrew to be tortured.
Yes.
Not killed.
Which
Yes.
is
Not
excuse
pie,
me, sir.
please.
In all honesty, I don't want to say something that they will say this anti-barrister again. But can an individual tell the police
Who to torture or not?
somebody? Is it not a
That's
crime?
very wrong.
That's why he can't enter Nigeria again. That one is gone, and I'm sure
Is it not
I'm
a
sure
crime to
Sabilo have already
mobilize?
told him now.
Is it not a crime to mobilize for the torture of anybody?
Well, as I said today, as I tell you guys, this story is K-leg. There's too many K-leg in this story. There's too many K-leg. And the problem, the reason why we can't have a reasonable conversation is this. Is that, I will say it again, don't vex, Harrison has weaponized his follower not to listen to reasoning. We are not against Harrison. I don't know Harrison, never know him. If you are going to bring a case out like this, you have to prepare for people to challenge your notion. I am not saying he's part of the syndicate, but you brought this out to the public and it's in the hand of the public. I didn't get this from anybody else. I got it from Harrison. I didn't get this from anybody else. And we are analyzing it. We are talking about it. And you guys, instead of actually asking, hold on though. You guys easily make Jesus out of anything. You guys make hero out of anything. Nobody is perfect. Just like the way you condemn me. But these are the results that 2 days later after the man was arrested, not even 120 hours, a petition is already prepared. Why? What is the haste? And why was the petition not brought straight to Umaya? Why did they have to hold it for another 3 weeks, 2 weeks, to the 22nd, 23rd, before they use it? Why? Now, Blessing whom initiated this, which is fake. By the way, I find out this is fake. Your hero, Harrison, when he had this on his hand, he didn't know it was fake. He sent it to me. And I say it's fake. You can take it to the bank. Me and you, we are not investigating the same thing. You are going Lagos and I'm in Naba. We are in different way. Let's come together and analyze and find a solution. You say, okay, Mr. Ben, show us where the girls are. I am leading the way. You don't want to listen. I am telling you, look here, look here, look here. It's not happening. You say we should say rest in peace because they went to find Yeye body where they buy for market. You and I know that it is practically impossible in Nigeria to have a decomposed in the neighborhood for a month. What is wrong with our people? What is wrong with our people? You jump from one comment to section, one comment to another, insulting people. Where is your head? Some of you don't deserve to even raise your children at home. You don't deserve to have a child because obviously, how are you going to be a father and you can't ask a question?
Mr. Ben, let me chip through. Today, this morning, I have a colleague that I went to college with, right? He is a Ghanaian. He's currently based in Canada. And he doesn't know anything about this case, right? Mm-hmm. So I was explaining it to him just the way it is. And the first thing he said was, they should be looking at that Blessing lady and the boyfriend. And I was like, wait, what did you say? He said, I think they are looking at the wrong. This is somebody. I didn't even give him all the details, but he was able to immediately say, "This is where we should look at. This is where they should look at. They should stop blaming the wrong person." So that is why we are still insisting that people should calm down and do critical thinking, analyze everything that is going on, ask themselves questions, and these questions they will ask themselves. Sometimes you can even answer the questions for yourself. And through answering the question for yourself, you will derive at the answer you are looking for. So like you integrated, we are not fighting anybody. We are only here to see where the loopholes are, where the connecting dots are, whilst we wait for the right authorities to make a statement. If we do this and they come and make a statement, then you can understand that your sound judgment actually worked, or your sound judgment actually made an impact. So people should listen, than to insult, than to abuse, than to threaten anybody that decides that they want to use their gumption. Gumption meaning their thinking capacity. You can bring anybody on to talk.
To add to what Falila said, every right-thinking person would mention blessing. I could remember the very first day I spoke on Mr. Ben's platform, I mentioned blessing.
Straight away,
I said it. I mentioned blessing. So every right-thinking person would always ask, where is Blessing and where is her boyfriend? After hearing the whole story, that was the first person I mentioned. So I don't know why Nigerians don't want to think. They don't want to use their brains. The police, what is going on? They said 2 weeks they would address the public. It's past 2 weeks. We've not heard anything. What is going on? What is happening?
No, the police have already made up their mind. The first thing to do is to discredit Ben. But they are doing it in the wrong way. Because if that is their agenda, they've got the laptop. They've got everything. Let them find anything there they can. But the fact is this, we are not going anywhere with lies. And I'm not going to accept it because my name is involved. I am definitely not accepting it. The lady collected 7 million. The man said I spent 7 million. And then the lady finally just disappeared. And then she's not coming on media. She's not posting anything on her Instagram. From the day they say she disappeared, that day that Andrew was murdered, that was the day the woman disappeared. That was the day she cut off all network because things has gone bad for them. That was not their plan. That was not the strategy.
You remember I asked you where the $50,000, which police saw $50,000?
Mm-hmm. Which of them saw the money? How did they go to his house? Why did they preserve his car?
Thank you.
Why did police who transported him for 4 days preserve Andrew's car? Or are you saying I'm lying? Because the same person Harrison interviewed said when he came, Andrew's body was on the floor. Harrison asked the person, is the car damaged? He said, no, the car was intact. 2 days later, you used block and everything to break the car. And you're not asking a question, what is going on here? You are shouting my name all over YouTube, shouting my name everywhere. Ben is this. Ben was in the room recording somebody. Ben is the cameraman. Come and arrest me.
I think we have a new person. If they can go ahead and talk, or
We got Nick in the house.
Yeah. So I think earlier on Tony spoke about the one-sided messages of Rachel.
Yes.
I spoke to her personally because I was quite inquisitive. Mm-hmm. And I had said previously at some point in my life being suicidal. And when you are suicidal, you tend to tell people, you give them signals and say, hey, next 2 months I'll no longer be around, or I'll not be around the next month. So I actually questioned her that my first message to her on Instagram was, so you knew he was suicidal and you didn't say it, right? And then I think she called and explained that. I mean, she's already reported. Nothing was done about it. So even going to report that nothing was going to change. And that's a fair point. I don't think it was premeditated. I don't think she knew anything or there was anything planned to terminate Andrew at that time. You can clearly see from his message that he was suicidal. That is why he's telling people he would not be around.
Who are you talking about? Rachel. Are you talking about Rachel? The messages I have here with me. Hi, Nick.
Yes, that is what he was talking about.
No,
yes.
What we are raising concern about is the pattern of the message, the inflow of the message that did not show the Andrew's contribution into the message. That's what we're actually having a problem. Because the message he wrote Nice
One
damage
is
control.
signs of someone who's bitter, right? I mean, she didn't show the previous messages, but then when somebody's bitter and they're pouring out their heart, you could see that's somebody who was bitter.
No, what did the Andu
Andrew just
say?
said it.
Well, no, you're not getting me, sir. What did the Andu say for the response to say nice damage control?
Yeah,
There has to be something said here, or there have to be an act.
yeah.
So we need to know.
It's possible maybe there was a message before she decided to pour all that frustration on Andrew. So maybe if she hears this, she might show that message that, warranted her to pour her heart out and say whatever she had to say to him.
Yes.
I believe so, yeah. I'm not doubting the message in any way. I'm just saying it raised questions.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you. The first one,
Go ahead.
if you kind of have any ideas, any insights into the progress of the police with their investigation, is being that have they contacted you to give your account of what you know, or whether you think they've contacted is it Chikwe of Favor? Do you have any insights into
No,
that?
the police contacted me earlier in this investigation, and I spoke to them, and I'll keep that private to myself. So I have understanding. They basically narrated what happened, which I disputed, and then I confronted them with the money collected, the 1.5 million collected in New York. Their boss rang me back and told me that they will look into it, that Harrison will get back to me. Harrison never got back. Harrison declared the money on his platform while I gave the information to him. All this glory hunting is the problem we have here. I'm not looking for any glory. I'm not looking for any glory. Harrison never tell me that these people are collecting money. When I confronted him, he asked me to send him a payslip. I'm like, I'm not sending you a payslip. Go and confront the police. And I confronted the police by myself on a long phone call, not just a small one, the biggest boss in the house. I confronted him. So you think those people will be in Abuja, they know Ben has something, they don't want to wrap me in? All these fishing that they do, they walk. They walk. I'm not being arrogant. They walk. Let's do the right thing. Let's punish who need to be punished. And let's find the girls. Nobody is asking about the girl. Can you imagine you go on his platform and ask, why are you not posting blessing? Then he blocked you. You're not even saying anything insulting to him. You're just saying, the man that you say you are looking for his wife, say, I have a suspect. And then you didn't want to hear that.
He blocked me because I could see that after I made that question, a lot of people became interested. They wanted to know what was the life all about. Who is the blessing?
That's why they're telling you don't come and listen to Ben.
Who is the blessing? Who is the blessing? And then he blocked me because I was responding to them based on the live interview Afiba's husband had with Daddy Freeze and Harrison. So he blocked me probably because he did not want me to keep explaining, and he could see that a lot of people were becoming interested. They want to know who Blessing is, and that would shed that would actually drift some of their emotion, like remove some of the emotion they have based on and all of that. So I don't know. He just blocked me after I asked simple. There was no insult. I have a screenshot of the message I dropped, the questions I asked. I just asked, Afiba's husband mentioned his prime suspect. Why are you not posting about Blessing, her boyfriend, and Officer Oracle? Why are you not telling the world that this man said 7 million was extorted from him? That was just the question.
The biggest obstacle we have in this investigation is Harrison. And I'm challenging him again. The biggest obstacle we have in this investigation is Harrison. And I dare him to post everything. Yesterday you cut off my life and post this one that I say you are the biggest obstacle. You are so compromised that in the same country you should be cooling down inside cell right now. And I'm saying it categorically to any police officer in a same country. Harrison should not be walking free. You are compromised beyond every reasonable doubt. Your story has zero credibility. Zero. Everything that you came up with has been false and lied. First of all, you told the nation you wrote the petition. Then you went under the freeze and said it was Blessing that wrote it. Harrison, when did they contact you that somebody was missing? When did they contact you that Andrew was missing? You say Andrew was pampered for 2 weeks. But why did you decide you are aware of the petition 2 days after Andrew was arrested? Does that make any sense? Andrew was taken to Umuahia on the 8th. And on the 10th, you guys have already arranged petition. Harrison, do you know Blessing? Harrison, why did you send your officer to go and check Andrew in Umuahia, to go and identify Andrew? Why? Why did you send your staff to go and identify Andrew? And I'm asking Nigerian police, is that the method of operation with you guys?
These are actually good questions. Immediately you sent your own petition, you videoed yourself, you're sending a petition to Abuja. In less than how many days, Andrew was killed and Andrew was spied. What is going on?
What are you doing?
What is going on? What is
bro,
really going
and then
on?
when you are going, you are deceiving your followers. Bro, we are in the UK. I don't give a F about you. I don't give a F about you. You are deceiving your follower with a tasbih, with a rose. Jesus, oh, I'm going today. Who wrote you? Why do you find it useful to send a petition 2 days after the person was arrested?
You know what they did? What they did was that they wanted to have something on. See, okay, let me just say this. This is my opinion. They probably wanted to have, like, they had somebody in Abuja or someone who they felt they could use in Abuja to pull things. They wanted to see the outcome of what will happen in Abia. Not that they had any plan to do anything. Now, if you look at the statement of the police in Abia, they said this thing looks like a self-kidnap. And now the Abia police were still investigating that self-kidnap.
Hence why they have a problem when the Abuja people arrived.
Exactly.
That's why they have a problem. Not from me. Harrison came and told the nation that when the police in Abuja came, Umuahia people have an argument. They don't want to release Andrew.
Yes, that Umuahia people refuse to
refuse to release Andrew and say we are investigating this ourselves. Everything has been handled. But you say for some reason they did it anyway. So
now these are my two questions. Could it be that Celine's friend Blessing and her was it Darlington?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want the investigation to be concluded. Could it be that people or whoever, because if this person is responsible for the missing girls, 2 girls missing, buying him would not have been a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You see, whatever to keep this man alive will be done. Whatever to keep him, because they need him to provide where these girls are. Buying him will not be an option. So could it be that the police in Umuahia was narrowing down to what is really going on, and they needed to terminate whatever Umuahia police was doing? Hence, they brought this police to bring this fake petition to come and carry Andrew. Because this thing is not making any sense to me.
They are not asking. They think they are dealing with a kindergarten story. It's kindergarten story, because how do you expect 2 people gone? Then you say you are interested in them. Then you don't want to trace their step. Where did they go to? How did they drive?
You not find the man.
Then the man who you are suspecting, then you pie the man. How does that make any sense?
I also have a question. Now, who is the person in the Umuahia that released Andrew to these other people from Abuja? Because if that person has read this letter, there is no way you would not read that letter and know that it is fake. How would you say an unknown person? If the person is unknown, how then would you not say it's Andrew?
So they told them, let me send a message to the Umuahia people right now. The Commissioner of Police in Abia State. This is an indictment on your office. This is completely a shame in any way you look at it. It's a shame. It's actually a shame. How do you justify this? And also a message to the anti-kidnapping team in Abia State, in Aba, in Omahia. When you guys went into that building on the 8th, did you guys make any video? Did you guys search the house? 30 officers swamped that house that night. Did you guys search everywhere? What are the searches that you carried out? Was there blood in the house? And also to the 4 officers that followed Andrew to Abuja, that followed Andrew and took him on a tour of Nigeria through Uyo, then Benue, and finally pie him and label him organ harvester, even though they have no evidence. All those officers, when you guys went back to the house on the 23rd to pick Andrew up, did you guys check the house? The tall officer among you guys, did you guys video the house? You did. You can't lie about that. You have the cameras of the house. You video the whole house. I'm talking about when you guys are taking him to Abuja. You camera everywhere. You search the house. You followed him everywhere. How come you did not see the blood you saw on the 3rd of June? How come you did not smell the blood in the house? How come you did not find the phone you found on the 3rd of June? These are the questions we are asking, and they don't let us ask. Then you weaponize your follower to come to my platform and be decimating me and be insulting me. You think it's going to work? It's not working out. They went there. They videoed the house. Because Andrew's staff was there. They said they videoed the tall officer that I always put arrow on his head, who is also questionable because that officer, from his own boss, they admitted that officer has pied a Yahoo boy and converted his car to his own. And I'm saying it loudly. If you ever hear a story of an officer driving a Yahoo boy car that pie, it was that officer. Harrison confirmed it on the record. Those are dodgy people and questionable people. One of the officers, according to Harrison, stole a phone from the house when they went on the 3rd. You don't want us to talk about it like we are dumb nation. Then when we talk about it, oh, let's go to his platform and report it. Satan will report you. We are here. I, Mr. Ben, I am the reason why this investigation is open. All the threatening, all the damaging, all the insult, it's not going to stop. This question we asked today, this is one of the most vital questions we asked today. And that's why it's always good to have critical thinking, to ask questions. What was the urgency of arresting somebody today and writing a petition to move the person to the capital? What was the urgency? And when they phoned Harrison, there was a body found. Why didn't you call the Aba police and said, we found a body in your state? Can you send us? You went to hire private ambulance. You went to bring the same officer that transported Andrew and finally pie him. You bring the same 4 officer again. Come on, guy. Who are you talking to? Konyi Nagoku.
Do you know that if a police wants to operate in another division, in another region, he will not just move in. He will go to the police station closest to the area and enter make an entry to say, we are here to do this, to do. Got that intelligence? Did they liaise with the police in Aba? Are they town council to move dead body? Tied body? Who was there?
Go ahead.
Who was there that confirmed this thing?
Good evening, Mr. Ben, and thank you for having me.
Good evening. Go ahead, please. Tell the children on the background to give us a piece a bit. And go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ben.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to be on this program.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
really so
Sometimes it's just
happy.
overwhelming here, man.
No worries, no worries. I'm really happy being on live today.
Thank you.
Yeah, firstly, I want to really commend your courage.
Thank you, sir.
I want to commend your consistency, your passion, and posterity is going to judge all of us.
Thank you, sir.
You have really tried, and to be honest, if you have not been in this matter, it will have been a closure the day they buy handle. But I really salute your consistency and even the people you have on your platform. I've been watching this live, let me say almost all the video, all the conversation, all the discussions that you've had since this matter started. I've always been following. And I must say, it's a shame to our country, Nigeria. I'm from Ogun State, but I live in the UK. I live in the UK.
Well done, brother.
I actually had an experience back home with a friend who had a police case issue. And the way the issue was handled then, to be honest, is really, really, really a shame to the authority. But the fact still remains that why was Andrew by? He wasn't convicted in any court of law. They should have given him probably an opportunity, a privilege to prove himself. And even as to Afeba and Celine, we cannot say they are by. I don't know, maybe you are getting me.
I got you 100%. Yes.
Yeah, and the only person that can give us probably a collection, a link to whether they are by or they are missing or they are kept somewhere is this same Andrew that they have by. Is so I don't know, it's very shameful and very unfortunate as to the authorities, let me say the security architecture of our dear country. But now let me come to your friend Sabio. He has actually blocked me on his program. But I remember he was doing one live on Wednesday. They actually commented, and since that day he has blocked me. See, we don't reason the same way. We don't think the same way. We're not brought up the same way. I don't know, maybe you are getting me.
Your point is quite clear and sound.
Yeah.
Like we're listening.
And we don't relate the same way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but the fact still remains that I actually took so many time to watch the Sabio, all his posts and everything. And I came to a conclusion within me. Is this guy living on another planet? Is he really a woman that have human feelings like we are? But I realize there are so many things attached to it. One, I think he's trying to build his page. I stand to be corrected anyway. I'm just saying my own observation. But even at that, if you are trying to build your page, we are talking about lives here. We are talking about injustice, and we are talking about the security architecture that has failed us in our dear country. I think these are issues that are pertinent, and no one should make joke of it. Moreover, I have this to say to you. Let me say I have one or two advices for you. You are a dear brother, and I really commend you. Let me say, probably, I can say we have almost the same character. But you need to calm down more.
Thank you.
Try and listen more and talk less. Because to me, I would say all this RC, Sabio of them, you actually empowered them. Why? You were the one that gave them, let me say, the little information that they can say we know about this case. But if you had listened more, if you have come more, probably
it wouldn't have gotten to this point we have. But be as it may, you can still make a lot of amends. The amends being that at this very point, you don't have to trust anyone. Your trust should be in the people that are always consistent on your platform, that sees things the way you see it, that ask quality questions, and 2, the security architecture. Probably if they need any information as to their investigation, you can always provide if your attention is needed. But please, I beg you, my dear brother, try to listen more. Not all accusations, not all allegations are to be responded to. Let me put it that way. Because I realize probably your responses at times to Sabio of 18 is giving him a lot of headache, and he feels each time you respond, you just have to cook up one story or the other to dent you more and more and more. But the fact still remains that whoever God has not persecuted, no one can persecute such a person.
Amen.
And I have one prayer for you today.
Thank you, sir.
May God Almighty continue to strengthen you.
Thank you, sir.
May God Almighty keep you alive.
Thank you, sir.
May God Almighty give you the patience. Let me use that word. Yeah, because you need patience. I have to be honest with you.
I receive.
May God give you the patience and the listening ear so that you'll be able to listen more. You come, and as events unfolds, even if your attention is needed, you have the strength and the courage to be able to respond.
Thank you so much.
So I wish you the very best, my brother. You are a true and dear friend.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I really appreciate the opportunity on the platform.
Thank you.
But I have one question for you.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my question is this. As to this lady that actually went to Sabio. I've forgotten her name. This Port Harcourt lady.
Yes, she has no name. Just Rachel.
Okay, let me just leave it that way. The Port Harcourt lady, I think you understand her, the one that actually shouted Sabio, the one that you advised to say the truth and everything.
Nothing but the truth, yes.
Yeah. My question is this. When you met the lady in Andrew's house, from what you said and from the confirmation of your conversation with her, she actually called you. She came to your room to invite you. I hope you are getting me.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. When you were exchanging text messages, you did mention it. Or let me say, when you were actually talking on phone, you did say it, and her response was a bit, let me say, she confirmed it. But my question is, when the whole scenario happened, what was your countenance?
She said
what
it.
Was your...
She said it.
Yeah, hold on. I have my reason for asking that question. I know she said it, but it was audio. It wasn't even clear enough. Here you get it. And I took my time to read some comments on the platform. I know people were like, fine, she called you, but you didn't really say anything about your observation or your countenance or your reaction as to when the whole thing happened. Let me say I am a man and you are equally a man. I hope you understand what I mean better.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Like me, yeah. So, firstly, I would like to know probably your countenance when the whole scenario happened. That is one. Then 2, after the whole scenario, was there any conversation between you and the lady? Because if you read your chats a bit further, she actually did say that there was a time you actually complimented her dress, blah, 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 like that. That Andrew was a bit angry. So I feel there were conversations after the scenario. Can you please go a bit more?
Okay.
So that it will be clearer.
Yes.
So that it will be clearer to some people that are actually writing some funny comments under your life.
Okay.
Then 2, this your conversation, this chat that you are doing on live, your conversation with Andrew. My own advice, my own advice, but I will say for now, try and hold on it. You don't let all your arsenals out of the bag. Because I feel there may still be a need for you to show that. Why? Because the way I see all these things, I think the phone and the laptop of Andrew might have been somehow toppled.
Compromise.
That even if yeah. Let me use that word, compromise. Yeah, that if you let all these things out now, they may not be significant again in future. So for now, my whole little advice is you lie low on that. If anyone feels you have said something with him, you are a conspirator, you are together, you are the cameraman, you work for him, so be it. If they have any proof, they should go and bring it. I don't know, maybe you are getting me.
I got your comment.
For now, please. Yeah. For now, please, just lie low on that. So
on
you
that
don't need
part,
to explain to anybody.
On that part, your advice is highly taken. Thank you so much.
You hold nobody any explanation. Let me put it that way.
Thank you.
You hold nobody any explanation as to your relationship with Andrew, because that is not the bone of contention, and that is not what we are talking about here.
Thank you.
All of us here have one friend, one way or the other, that we have issues with, that would know probably their character or their attitude, one way or the other, are a bit fishy. So please, you owe nobody any explanation, because the way you are releasing all these things gives them more avenue to be picking one thing or the other that are irrelevant.
You know,
and we get more issues. Yeah, hello.
Can I say?
Are you there?
Yes, we're here. Yeah.
Yeah. So please, for now, my own advice, just hold on that. If they have any issue, like you have rightly said, they can petition anywhere. If they need any information from you, if it's from the authority, the right authority, let me use that word, the right authority. You said you have said it on several occasions that you are ready to provide for them. So please, hold on that. Let them be doing all the fishy that they are doing. Don't give them any avenue to keep pressing harder or anything. But once again, may God be with you.
Thank you.
We are here watching as the event unfolds, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Just for the people that were listening, he asked me what was my countenance and what was my reaction, and also if I meet the girl again or if I have a conversation with her. Yes, my reaction, as I explained, was very strange for me. I'm not going to lie to you. And I exited the room after about 3 minutes. And we never talk about it again. Never. So I have no footage of it. The phone we used was Andrew's iPhone, which the girl was holding. And then I think about 3 days later, the girl visited us. She came to the house because she would go back to her mom's house and come back. So the girl came down. So when I was downstairs, the girl came, I opened the door and I'm like, how are you? She has a pretty dress. And I'm like, your dress is beautiful. Then she went, oh, thank you, Ben. She went upstairs. We don't have kind of conversation or banter. But then she went upstairs and Andrew told her he doesn't like the dress. And the girl told Andrew, but Ben likes it. Ben just complimented my dress. And Andrew said, if Ben complimented you, I don't like it. Ben is not your boyfriend. I don't like it. You know, that kind of talk. I didn't know that's what happened. I have no clue.
But can you please add anti-barrister, please?
So but the girl cooked a beautiful okra soup for us that day. Hold on. Let me add that. She cooked sorry guys. She cooked beautiful okra soup, and I love okra soup. So I had my own with Gary, and then I like it. So she took upstairs. She took Andrew's food to Andrew upstairs. And then the next thing I saw was the young lady was leaving. And I asked her, oh, you're leaving? She said, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm like, bye. That was it. Never seen the girl again. Because I left the country. From Nigeria, I went to the States. So I left the country, never see the girl again up to this time that the situation happened. Never have a conversation with her, never chat her on Instagram, never chat her on WhatsApp. I don't even have her number. As a matter of fact, I don't know her name. I don't, up to the time I'm talking to you now, I save her number as PH, Andrew's girlfriend. I don't know her name. So when she contacted me, I didn't deny her. I spoke to her. So I don't know why people in Nigerian people are very funny. And I really appreciate the advice you gave to me. I should hold things. If I open my heart now and you show it to Nigerians, they will doubt it because they will compare their heart with your heart and say that my heart is dirty. How can your own be clean? Your own must be dirty. Life is not like that. So there was nothing strange about it. And when the girl initiated a conversation about that, I was happy to discuss with her. And I advised her, I said, listen, this is a very challenging time for you because the girl told me already she's already going through depression in her own personal life as well. So I said, if you're going to tell your story, make sure you tell your story full. Don't add, don't minus, just full story. And you tell it to anybody. Tell it to anybody you want to tell it to. And if you want to tell it on my platform, you can tell it on my platform. That was the conversation. I was very, very open. And the girls know that I had no interest whatsoever in what happened in that room that day. She knows about it. So, yeah, that's it. So there's nothing to hide about it. There's nothing to deny about it. There was no crime that took place. As the girl admitted to Sabio, he told Sabio, Ben did not even take his clothes off. He came into the room. Ben did not take his clothes off. And he told Sabio, Ben did not even have any carnal knowledge. Ben did not penetrate. Ben did not even do anything. He just observed. But Sabio removed everything and said, it's three some they did. He removed it. So immediately he posted it. I told the girl, you talked to Sabio, but why are you lying? Why you said that I was doing this with you? He said, no, the man is twisting my word. I have the text message. The girl was crying. The man is twisting my word. I said, of course they will twist your word. I told you. Now you put it out there. The man did not have a compassion for you. The man went to post it. Now I have to come and tell the nation. And I told the girl, the day you called me, I recorded you because we are in a critical situation. If I have any interesting call, I will record it so that people will not say, Ben said this. He said, why did you record me? I said, that's my right, my own end to protect myself. So, and imagine if I didn't have the record. Just imagine that. Imagine if I didn't have the text messages. Just imagine that. So people will use anything to discredit you in this kind of situation. But at the end of the day, the smart people of Nigeria, the highly rated Nigerian intelligence that we always talk about, we have the order of the day. So, and I am open for investigation. I'm open to cooperate. I have nothing to hide. And as for Sabio, I would say 2 days ago, I would say Sabio is employed by the government. But I know Nigerian government can make a damn decision and make a, decision to hire incompetent people. I don't think any Nigerian police will hire that guy. He's so incompetent. It's basically booming. It's smelling. The incompetent is stinky. That if they hire you to come and investigate this case and this is what you got, it's a shame. I don't know what kind of people that follow his page. He's not allowing them to ask a question. He basically warned them. If you don't leave a positive comment, I will remove you. How do you say that? I'll block you. It's about to clean the house.
Yeah, exactly what happened to me too.
How do you justify that? So that is the highest of that is the level of incompetence that the man has displayed. That if Nigerian police actually hired him, they should remove him and give the job to somebody else that can do proper fishing. It doesn't make no sense. Then he came out and start, okay, the story.
Now he said that if people come on there and comment and come and speak on his platform, they will win the chance to become a part of a cyber security training.
So
things that are happening.
Now he's bribing them. He's bribing his followers.
Doing work in Nigeria, job men. See, Mr. Ben.
Yes.
Falila and I had earlier discussed when you posted that video. I thank you, Mr. Onafeso, for saying what you said. Mm-hmm. When we looked at that video, when you posted it on YouTube, we looked at it and we said, well, this is your private life. You see, there's difference between law and morality. The moment Nigerians know that morality is subjective, my father and my mother, their moral standard is totally different from my own moral standard.
Absolutely.
My own moral standard may even be totally different from whatever my daughter will turn out tomorrow. The reason is because morality is subjective. Now, assuming without even agreeing that there was a threesome, let's say there was, it is not a problem in the law. It is not a problem anywhere. 3 people that are consenting adults had sex. That is what it is. Provided there was the most important ingredient in anything in dealing with an adult is consent. Once the consent is there, if you talk from that, call me cameraman. Listen, there are women here who their husbands sleep with their house helps, that or their nieces, their family members. They know it. There are women here who their husbands sell fake drugs. They prepare these drugs in their toilets, in their houses. They know it. There are men here who are into drugs. Their families are living in VGC. The one they caught in VGC the other day, did he not have family? There are people who are doing things that are even unlawful. They are not even talking about what you have done. You see, the moment you realize, I just want you to remove this burden from yourself. The burden of trying to convince people. I think at this point, you need to beat your chest and say, I'm no longer trying to convince anybody. I'm only trying to resolve this case in the interest of justice, so that you don't push yourself to start. Tomorrow now, they will tell you, raise your armpit, let's see whether you have your hair shaved. We don't understand what that will mean. This point.
Exactly. God bless you,
I'm
man.
telling you tomorrow.
I'm done. Barrister, I'm done with you right now. I'm done with you.
No, I'm telling you. Because see,
Go on, barrister.
it's like Oliver Twist. They will keep asking for.
It's actually true. And
But if you restrict, your boundary should be the boundary of the law.
Right. And people should understand that this person making a comment, she's a lawyer. So everybody on this platform, like I said, has a profession and has interest in this issue. And we are really here to critically analyze things and also educate people. Because like she said, people are mixing morality with the law.
Thank you.
And we are not here for that. We are here to actually see ways and means to get to the bottom of the truth with regards to this issue. So, sir, thank you very much today for coming on here and airing your views and also being very straight and blunt with Ben. And I know Ben will take that into consideration moving forward.
Very serious. Thank you so much. Sparilla, can you speak to my Ghanaian people, please, and make sure you use the language for them and tell them what we are doing, give them update about what we are doing and what we are trying to achieve. Tell them if they have any information that could help, they can help us as well. Tell them to keep interest on. I know you can do something. I'm just giving you, yeah.
Okay. So this one, I will be speaking to the Ghanaians in the house. I'll be addressing them by our local language, just so it's easy for everybody to understand. Se Ghana for adishia mutiemi se mo platform iswa se ene your first time awabaha ye wa ha ye discuss Ghana ni dishia otu kwan call alata memu one ne nyanko so mo ko ako obi aware mo ko aware na amaso ama mo kopie ni nyanko ba ko ni boyfriend fie ana obi from so omo besra omo koe no sisi aye kase yi omo ayera ye hu omo echa kwan omo abusua ade atomani ye wa ha ye discuss ye koso e wa asem yi hu Na no kre adendi ye nyina ye nim senya police for ye omo adwuma. Enye se ye kira police for omo adwuma. Ba ye kira mo say bibi ikoso. Ensem no ebi nsisi so. Ensem no kro bi etochema e wo baby. Enti no se ya amfa ya no antum ampa chew amankofo anti ase se bibi ebon e wa asemi mu a omo beye asem ne basa asem na eye asem tinene no omo be chia no omo nya chia no pe na asem aba enti gane ni bia wo hwe me share live way na enko abonten ebetimi aba se abayo wa yire obetimi aye o maame eba obetimi aye o auntie obetimi aye o sister mesrem emi emu ye ni enwu asemi so se o okohoko ye den de okohoko ye den but asem nya ba wie enya aba ne so de na sisi ye de ye nyina ya ho de ene ya no etum ma asem no etimi ko yase afa na nyina na omo a omo hu bon wo mu no even se abranti ye ne ni wo live so se ne hu wo mu a aban efa ne sa entu so na sa aban di ne sa to omo a omo hu bon asem yi mu a ye be hu no kre na se abai wa no omo ti ase a ye be hu omo nti ase so a ye be hu me da mo nyina mo ase na mo mia woni na mo nyi entena ha opim se asem no ye be hu ase ye kwa me da mo ase.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, my sister. Thank you so much. So we have a new guest in the house. Hello, sir.
Hello, Mr. Ben. Can you hear me? Yeah?
Very well, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah. Well, like I want to add one or two things, like I said in the chat and all that.
Yes,
well, firstly, I would like to commend you for the way you are handling this case and also try to preach your truth. And I hope you don't mind some criticism.
Of course, go ahead. That's what makes us a house, please.
On Daddy Free's live, I was opportune to be on that live, and I was opportune to be on the live.
Yes, sir.
And what I realized is, Mr. Ben, I'll be honest to you, yeah. I've been following your live and also your platform and your post and all that. I realized that you have good intentions, and the way you handled that live, I don't know, maybe probably it's your first time of being on a live like that. When the girl came in and asked questions and all that, the way you were a little bit like, would I say uncomfortable? Not in the sense that probably maybe there were a lot of people on the live and all that. Maybe
disoriented. Yeah,
you were not so used to it, and like your response to those questions the girl asked, like probably the way you answered it, I'd say was not really like a straightforward answer, and probably you were stuttering a bit and all that. But like for me, like what I realized in these whole cases is I feel like a lot of people, like I'd say, a lot of people are trying to take advantage of your niceness, like your kindness. I'll give an example with what's it called? The lady called Adetong and all that. Well, I don't have anything against her. I'm not a fan of her because this is the same lady that a few years back went to talk about show already that and all that. Of course, like these people are only just trying to get traffic. They're trying to get traffic to their page and all that. Do you understand what I mean?
absolutely.
Even the Sabio guy and all that saying is an IT guy. Is this, is all that. Like, I'm sorry to say that it's not smart. So for me, like, it's a bit, I'd say, mind-boggling to see people having to listen to someone who's not that smart. Do you understand what I mean? So for me, yeah, like I said in the live and all that, the way you addressed the questions and all that, wasn't that I'd say professional in the sense that maybe your reply and all that. And presently, right now, you see like these people are trying to take advantage of the fact that okay, wanting to pour all attention on you that you are part of Mr. Ben, you're part of Andrew and all that. And also, like, we can't really say, like, these girls are dead. Presently, right?
I like that. I like that. Can we get a clap for that, please?
Fine, please. Not that D word, please.
Okay. Because, okay, all right, sorry. We can't really say that the girls are
gone.
You understand that? You understand what I mean? Because there's no proof yet. And since there's no proof, and having to get information that the Popo moved cash out of his account and all that. And presently right now, like, what's it called? The man that spoke earlier told you, like, some of this informations you have, don't spill everything out. Because presently right now, the police as well, even the people involved in the cash and all that, will be finding a way to make the story look like the way they have created it, like this, like harvesting something. Do you understand that? Like, this is just like an assumption. What if the girl had gone? What if the girls has gone to Andrew's place and they left and went to see someone else? Do you understand what I mean? So in this case now, like, what we're talking about is now the police, Andrew is normal, and probably, and with everything that has uncovered, they might be trying to find a way to just make sure that even if these girls are alive and all that, find a way to silence them, to make this whole narrative that has been on social media. Do you understand what I mean? So, like, Mr. Ben, I'll tell you this. You have to be very, very intelligent in this. And I'll say this, Mr. Ben, you put a lot of stress on yourself.
I have.
You don't need to be proved. Maybe you and Harrison, they go front and back, or you and one Mr. Bio, they go front and back and all that. No. Do you understand? Like, no. Like, of course, like, the point is, some of this information you brought out about maybe one person or the other, they cannot, like, of course, like Harrison, perhaps we see Harrison and drop like US and all that. He has not discredited that. He has not discredited that. So, like, fire the bomb them for Nyash.
Sir, thank you, sir. Do you know?
You understand? Like,
yes.
So, like I would say, like, you have to be, I'd say, careful with this and all the information you have, like not be everything you will bring come outside. If the police, if the people call in and say, okay, make you bring one or two things out, like, yeah, you provide all the things where you get the people, but don't come post everything, because all these people and all that, like, are they sorry and all that, like, all of them, they find traffic. Even the video where waiting they call out the lady, I don't want to talk sick, they don't die, they don't give them this. Like, I saw that video like 2 or 3 times. Like, the girl with your top bed, they breathe.
They breathe.
Why you honest, like,
bros, stay on the line.
So you understand, like,
bros, let me tell you something.
Mr. Ben, can you please pick CDO president?
Bros, don't go, please. I want to talk to you, please. Very important.
Okay.
CDO, yeah. Listen, my eyes. I'm a partially blind human being these days. CDO. Okay. No, there's no CDO here. Bros.
Yeah.
Let me address the first interview I had. As you say, I was completely shocked. First of all, when Daddy Freeze called me and said, Ben, can you come live with us to discuss this matter? I've already started feeling disappointed with just Adotun, the previous 2 nights, about what she make use of when I trusted her and I show her what I've got on my phone. Now, and then on that particular day, me and just Adotun have a big argument about the differences. And I was already in kind of I was regretting ever talking to this woman about this. I was like, what is she aiming at? So her matter was on my mind when I got on the live. Then when I get on the live again, then Rachel popped up. They told me there's a girl that need to come up. Then the Rachel popped up. I don't know Rachel. And I honestly do not know her. I saw the video of Rachel, which I share with Adotun. But when she came up, she wasn't the person I saw on the video. No disrespect. She was made up, the video was filtered, and I'm seeing this person. It doesn't add up to me. So I was like, just like my glasses, I was like, and I looked. Then she asked a question. She wasn't asking a question. She was making an accusation.
An accusation.
So she made a direct accusation to me. And that was never the story. We talked about this last night, me and her. I talked about this yesterday night with her. I said, what you say on that show, I have to still clearing it all the way because of what you say. I told her, I don't know nothing about you. I have no knowledge of you until the day. And it was because of your injury that I actually speak to Adotu. But Adotu took everything and changed it. So it was.
Why you say, sorry to cut you short here. Why you say we take Adotu? Why you take the lady serious? Don't be person during Mohbad's time. We go mounted, they say Mohbad appear to her. Man.
No, it was.
You
See,
understand what I mean?
one thing I've discovered in life is this: I don't believe in a mistake. I don't believe in a mistake. I believe everything that happened for a reason. And I just believe the universe will turn what happened into a positive end. And the main mission of that incident will unveil. And it's happening right now. Because that has bring us to closer. And that made me to know how the kind of person she is within 2 days. Because that was the first time. This woman normally come to my studio here, and then she will look at the equipment and everything. She was telling me, Mr. Ben, let's do podcast together. Let's do this. Let's do that. I never take her serious. Because she's a little bit too out of touch with me, to be honest. But she's a human being I respect. On that day, I was taking her to London. I was driving her from MK to St. Pancras in London because she was going to Belgium. She missed her flight and she wanted to catch a train, Eurostar. So I was taking her there. So she was in the car with me when we discussed it. And I poured my heart, said, this guy, this is what he's doing. I didn't know. She looked at the video. I didn't even send the video to her. Then when she got to Belgium, she asked me to send the video to her. I didn't edit the video. What I did, I just basically, because she don't know how to do it, I basically censored the video. And then she looked at me on the camera and said, that video on your hand, the one on her life. I could not, my head was like this. I was looking at her like this.
But like for me, like every sensible person that saw that video, like probably unless they don't get eye problem, because she say the girl when they talk bed, they breathe.
Everyone have come back to me. Some people was like, I even have to download it and slow play it second by second. I'm like, what? And then when I confronted her, she didn't talk about it again that they were unalive. But she started feeding blog. Then she put a barrier between me and Harrison. Because she knows if I talk directly with Harrison, I'll give Harrison. Harrison called me. I trust people and I respect people. When Harrison called me, tell me about this, I told Harrison. Harrison says, what happened? I told Harrison. I was supporting Harrison to go and do the investment. But when I started to see things that was not adding up, that's when I cut off. And I said, no, I'm not giving you guys anything anymore. You guys seem not to know what to do, or you're fishing. So it's literally a very disappointed thing for me to do, but I hold myself high and I know with time, truth. And truth is not with time, truth is coming out. We are looking at it. Every day people are seeing what we are talking about. We've just talked about this letter now. I don't know whether you join us when we discuss about this letter.
Yeah, I was on yesterday.
Yes, we actually discussed it now. Because this letter is dated on the 10th of May. Andrew was arrested on the 8th of May. So what are the urgency to start writing a petition from the whole state to move somebody from a state to Abuja within 2 days?
Bro, you know Nigerian matter now. Nigerian police, Nigerian popo matter. Mago did it. I don't know whether you remember this case what happened like in the 90s. We one army man and cousin come from America that year for what they call her for Oshodi area, where they buy the cousin, where police go bury and we come down to police and army matter. Like when police see money,
everything changed.
when they see money, everything don't change. And
All
they
right.
see that kind of money for Andrew hand. One way they won't try kill the case. You understand? Like a lot. Like I'm not gonna lie for you. This case, it don't take left. How it they take left? Because why one blogger go they collect money like 7 or 5 million naira for one person hand? And here now police.
Doctor is in the waiting line, so if someone goes down, you can bring him on.
Okay, yeah. All right, let me drop because we have enough in the house. Now let me bring somebody down. Then I can.
Okay.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you for your contribution. Thank you.
No worries. No worries.
Thank you. Let me bring Doctor.
Good day, everyone.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we're not saying something about Mr. Sabio made a statement today on his life. He said Harrison was aware of 20%.
Harrison was
aware
what?
of 20%. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Harrison was aware of 20% of the money in which the police officers collected from Andrew.
That's a very
He made a
important
statement
thing.
like that on his life. Yeah. He said Harrison was aware of 20% of the money in which the police officer collected from Andrew's hand. So I don't know. We're not talking about that today. And Harrison is claiming he doesn't know anything about the money.
Harrison knew everything. Like Harrison provided the POS, and I challenge him again. He provided the POX. Why you providing POX? I don't want to go there, man. Let's go ahead. He will clean himself.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir, doctor.
Yeah, actually, I came here because I'm looking for the truth. I've been able to go to Mr. Bill's
Page.
And I listened to him. And he went, I think when he was alive today, I wasn't available, but I listened to what he discussed later on. He went through the whole process, and from my understanding, I think he probably had some information from the police. If the Nigerian police has got Andrew's laptop and phone, and with the technology we have now, I think probably some of the information you probably have them from the police. But I have this notion that in as much as that he knows the truth, because probably he might have some discussions or information from the police. But I think there is my own suspicion, I may be wrong, that there might be a high-powered conspiracy. And probably that is the reason, that could explain the reason why there is so much delay in police coming out with a response. I think probably what some of the suspicions we have, or you have, and some of the information you have, I think probably the police have them. And probably the police by now must have known the truth. But I think because you blew the whistle and the police is indicted at the level of the hierarchy of the police, I think there is some form of a clean-up or cover-up something so as to limit the damage to the police force. But I have this personal conviction that probably the police know the whole truth now. And probably the police know what actually happened. And the reason why I'm saying that is that for the first time, after discussing you and your involvement, he discussed blessing. And I became happy. Even though I wasn't on the live, but in the comment section, I sent a comment. I said, okay, see, I said, I am happy. I put a line for him. I said, I'm happy that you are now discussing the issue. Since you've moved on now from after discussing the involvement of Andrew, all those things that happened and everything, you now gone to blessing. And I tried to put some corrections that when he was saying, he said, to use his word, he said he's not biased. That is 100%, that Andrew was 100% correct
in asking about the blessing.
Who is 100% Ben?
That Ben is 100% correct, and is not gonna be biased and they say something against that. Whatever Ben is saying about blessing is 100% correct. And after saying that, he said they have some information. The blessing is probably left the country, but he's discussing with one or two other people, and they are following on those people. They're probably by tomorrow they're gonna make information about a lot of things. I say from beginning to the end because I wasn't on the live, but I went and listened to his video. A lot of things he said there made me believe that he's probably having some first-hand information from the police, and it's probably because they probably know more about the stuff, and they probably doing some damage control because I feel they see you as somebody who stopped the whole process from dying down because of the involvement of people that's in the case. Because he was asking Blessing to come out that if you are saying that you think that if you are thinking that probably the reason why you are running is because police is gonna hold you, that they know that Blessing have some powerful politician and another powerful politician again to her friend who have so much influence around that Aba and Oma here. And that if Blessing could come and give statement that though if her hand is clean, that those people are not going to allow her to stay more than 12 hours with the police. They're going to release her. Now those people are very powerful and influential. And he said a lot of things about Blessing. That's when I now put a comment, even though it was an old video, because I wasn't there live. I now put a comment and say, okay, this is what I've been asking all you people to do. And for a point of correction, this issue of Blessing did not start with Ben. The suspicion was raised by Afiba's husband, that Ben only highlighted it in his own platform, which I have been expecting other blogs to highlight. And I'm happy that you said that Ben is 100% correct in that one. I think I cannot fault Ben. And Ben has been doing that one and at 100%. Whatever he said there, whatever he did there was 100% correct. So I was very happy. And that's the reason why I was late here, because I had to spend time to listen to all those in the live program. And when I got all this information, I was very, very happy.
I'm glad you do. Honestly. And I feel very happy now that we are going that direction.
And I came to your blog to say, if failure we remember, and you yourself will remember, when I said a few days ago that the acts of justice grinds slowly, but it will eventually bend towards justice at the end of the day. And I also said that unless we keep highlighting that, and about a few days ago, say people will want to cover it, because I've seen a cover-up. Nobody will talk about it. Since both Harrison, both BO, both Daddy Freeze, both major blogs, and nobody's asking the question, the husband is asking everybody to help him to ask, that if we don't talk about it, and if we come to your blog and we keep arguing or talking about Harrison, talking about DO, talking about BO and hello?
Go ahead, we're hearing you, sir.
Yeah. That if we come to your blog and we keep talking about all these other issues without maintaining that focus on this whereabouts of Blessing and Darlington, that it will just die down. Because I see that they have all the information, and I see the only reaction, and what I feel that the reaction towards you is probably because what you expose, I know how Nigerian system work, will cause a lot of career, will affect the image of the police negatively for a long time, and a lot of powerful people will be affected, and they have all have to join together to find a way to limit the damage, and I see that is where you are now seen as a casualty, and anything will be done to limit your level of exposure. That's to limit the level of damage you're gonna cause, because they don't really know how much information. And apart from the text and other things they could find in Andrew's phone, they don't know how much of information you've got. And a lot of people are gonna be affected, and a lot of people, and so many of them are very powerful people, and some in the police are hierarchy people, and a lot of career are gonna be affected. And anything, from what I see, the way this guy is coming, I know 100%. I listen to him, I watch his face and everything. I know that 100% he knows the truth.
He's fishing.
He knows the truth, but I think probably they are trying to limit the damage, given that this thing has involved another national and is gonna go international, and the image of the force, the hierarchy, and some very powerful, because the way he mentioned the people behind Blessing, he was saying that these are very powerful people, and another powerful people who is the friend to Blessing's boyfriend. And this is what, and Blessing, he described Blessing as a model, and they have information about her that she's a model, and those are the kind of people who powerful politicians engage for parties or for things, and they go there and they got a lot. And that he actually said that that Blessing did a video she did when she saw these people off to go to Andrew without showing her face, because she wanted to exonerate herself that they left her house.
I was the person who talked about that video.
You did. You actually did. You questioned that, yeah.
But she did that because she wanted to show that they left her house alive.
I'm really happy about this because now I can say that the Nigerian police are watching us live. And
Malila, you remember when I said why did she do that video? Remember?
Yeah. That's the reason why I said I picked everything. I said, okay, let me just come and talk it in this year forum, so that you know that our plan, that your plan of asking the question about Blessing her life
is working.
Is actually because I think they were reluctant to calm the case down and cool the case and get the husband to accept the body and maybe pay the husband compensation and die everything down. But because you kept that question about Blessing, they were now trying to find a way to limit the damage. And because he was saying that by tomorrow or 11 p.m. today when he goes live, they are going to talk more about some things relating to, and they were giving these people like 24 hours to report themselves. That is why I know that he probably may have got some contact with the police. That after 24 hours, they can now put their pictures up for people to look for them. But they want to give them the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't stop him from calling you as a co-conspirator.
Yeah, of course, I take the title.
With Andrew, but at least we've reluctantly moved from your own part to the part that Blessing
played
and the boyfriend played, and is now trying to focus on that. And this reminds me of what Falia said earlier on, because at the beginning, Falia said, granted that morally people could judge Ben differently, that Ben may have did what he did by not reporting Andrew, which is left for him. But she doesn't see the reason why people cannot move forward from that to start looking for Afiba and Celine.
And re-answer, yeah.
And now, from what I observed today, it seems that they are now reluctantly coming out to address the issue, and I'm happy. And I did send my comment on the comment section that telling them that I'm very happy now that at least you are asking the question of where these people are.
Doctor,
so
if
in some other, and they were saying probably, I think probably police might be preparing to make a statement,
official statement of this matter, yeah.
on this matter, and I think that actually this BO of a man probably have some good contact with the police information, and I think they were preparing the ground.
Let me add to that. I think Ben has always reintegrated that BO works with the police.
Well, yeah, what did I tell you? Yeah, my sister, tell them what I told you the first day I talked about it.
I was saying that the reason is that all this information, that is, I didn't meet him live, but when I went through all that happened this morning when he was live, I couldn't help to have that but to conclude that probably there are some powerful people who might feel that your presence and your exposition is gonna affect the way they should have treated the case ab initio, and that they try to come after you to see whether they will be able to
chase me off.
Yeah, limit the damage. And that goes to what I told you before, that if you were in Nigeria,
I won't be here. I won't be talking.
If you were in Nigeria and they got rid of Andrew, who would have given us all this information we are fishing about now, that probably if they find out that you have some information that you could be damaging, and you have the courage to bring them out, they probably would have treated you differently. And from what he was saying, I think that much of the information, some of the information you have, probably Andrew probably have some local friends as well who may have those information as well, from what I feel. And I think the police by now, because he was saying that the police officers they have in the cell, that the reason why they were delaying or going to these other places, Uyo, and they spend all this time on the road and taking money from Andrew because probably they already know they were going to take as much money as possible from him because they knew he wasn't going to get there at the end of the day. So I have this kind of belief that some of the stresses you are putting yourself through, like I said before, and I'm happy, and a lot of people have talked to you about that now. When you must be calm to listen to people, whether they are making sense or not. Two, when you put out information that is a statement of facts, as far as you have the facts, the solid facts with you,
you don't need to defend it further.
You don't need to be stressing yourself with your people's opinion about the facts.
Yes.
That is the way myself will do. It's only when you are called upon by authorities, like now, maybe British police or Nigerian police verified, and you know they're gonna use it to get to who actually committed the crime. You'll be willing to give it to them, but don't stress yourself unnecessarily, and they manage your facts.
Thank you, sir.
Efficiently.
Thank you.
And, again, I want to thank especially Falia and the lawyer and the barrister, anti-barrister. I want to thank them very much because for keeping these questions alive. I told you, I said, it's going to take time, but once the question is not dying, because that is every day when I come into this program, if you people listen carefully, you see I keep asking the question. I keep talking about why are people not talking about? This is what people should be talking about. If after some time it doesn't die down, they'll start asking for them. But if after some time it dies down, because they are very powerful and they have connections, everything will die down. And once people stop asking about these people now, they just throw the husband on the bus. They throw a female husband on the bus, and they will die off everything, and they create this emotional scenario that maybe Ben is this, Ben is cameraman, Ben is this, Ben knows what he's doing, and the way our people think, that will take the crowd and they will just use it to close up the case and everything. But the way it is now, I think within the next 24, 48 hours, some of the characters or the identity of this blessing and people behind her will start coming. And I think they have a hand in. I think from what he was saying, that probably they may be able to give some information about what happened.
Okay, doctor, just a second, please. You say something very, very important here today.
Yeah.
You have been. I thank you so much because you sound like a father. You sound like a state person. You sound like a teacher, and you sound like a man of truth and honor. I'm a young man who sees something that was unjustifiably done, and I wanted to put light on it. I'm not going to in any way exonerate myself from the whole failure. I could have done something, and I will say it to the nation today.
Yeah.
But what happened shouldn't have happened. As a state, we're not supposed to be in charge of our own security. The failure is heavy, and I want to say it again. Today, I wanted to say it at the last minute. I received a phone call from a large TV station in the UK. They DM me on Instagram. I will say it out loud. A big TV station in the UK DM me on Instagram, and they follow it up again, and they wanted to have a conversation with me. I told them I'm not interested, that they should go and ask Nigerian police. And I'm not going to give any interview on the IG or police give information out. I'm not in the business of trying to damage Nigerian police. Andrew is my friend, as I rightly say. Andrew has committed crime that deserves justice. But the way he was taken out is absolutely uncalled for. And if some of you hear me 2 days ago, yesterday, I addressed directly to IG. I sent address to him directly. I called his name and I talked to him as a father, and I talked to him as a leader, and I compared instant with him, and I offer myself to be a tool of assistance to his investigation. I don't want anybody to feel like I am coming against Nigerian state. No. And I also told him that I have read so much about this man. He's a good man. And what I wanted is justice. Our constitution says you are proven innocent, or you are innocent until you are proven guilty. That should be applied to everybody in the nation, regardless of the crime that those person has been accused of. What happened to Andrew is unjustifiable. What happened to those young ladies in the past is unjustifiable. Andrew should not even have a chance to see the light of the day for the next 3 years. There's a system that cost it. Mr. IG, you are not in Aba, you are not in Port Harcourt, you have your rep. Ask question. Let somebody pay a price. That is how we move forward as a nation. And let our young people, our women, have a place to run to when they are in harm's way, when they are in danger. There's so many red lights. There's so many red lights. How much more can we hold this? If this is what you achieve as a leader of Nigerian police force, history will remember you. I want you to be fair. I want you to be just. And I want you to punish people that are found lacking. I want you to put every resources in place to begin to search for these girls. Search for them with everything available. Let us see where they are. Because I still believe in the heart of my heart that the story is not clear. Let's know, because the family of those kids and other people in Nigeria are looking for an answer. I am not here to damage your company. I'm not here to damage your institution. I'm not here to damage Nigerian police. I'm just asking a question that every citizen should ask. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we can now. I think you've done well for keeping the question that Afiba Sultan has asked everybody to help him to do, for keeping it alive. And like I said before, even if we spend just 30 minutes every day going through the what could have happened, asking this question about blessing and the blessings contact, and why somebody came all the way from Ghana to visit her. Because I think BO also said that that wedding was never going to hold. That it was a makeup or something. And that the police, from the officers they got in their detention, is like the police probably know much about all these things, and they probably know what actually happened to these women. And I think if we keep asking the question and it doesn't die down, in my own opinion, I don't think Harrison is the problem. I don't think you is the problem. I don't think BO is the problem. I don't think that Cruz is the problem. I think probably because there is a mix-up in the communication among all of you, and everybody is trying to suspect everybody. Everybody is trying to suspect everybody. Assuming the information is managed very well, and all of you are working towards helping the husband, asking the relevant question, trying to dig out information about the people that are supposed to give information, or to make contact with the reasonable people. Like you mentioned somebody like Favor that
received the money, yeah.
That is working for Andrew. My expectation was that you, Harrison, the Freeze, BO, all of us who are Nigerians, and this happened in our own territory, and we feel bad about it. I was expecting that all of you should be helping to dig out information about any suspect that the people don't know, because Ghanaians or other people are not going to know about them. But we are Nigerians, we live in Nigeria, and we will be able to dig out information about somebody that is named, even if somebody is from Sokoto, because we are Nigerians. We should be able to be assisting to dig out information about them, to bring them to book, to bring them out so that they should be able to give information about what they know. And before that's to help the police to do investigation. I know the police may probably had some problems, and why some of their road officers didn't do well, especially in terms of killing, in terms of unaliving some primary suspect who would have given everybody information we needed without suffering. And there may be some motive behind that. But I want us to see if we can tone down the discussions on trying to make other people appear as if they are the problem.
Okay, thank you, sir. Also,
because you are not the problem, I feel all the people who are trying to help, but I feel there are some powerful forces behind the scene who is trying to collide everything to make people make mistakes. I know you made your own mistakes. Harrison may have made his own mistakes, but if I think of the motive, I don't really have any strong motive to attach that any of you have something to gain that much from that. I think some people, this blessing and the husband and the connections they've got, they were trying to help
They are not more than all those connections. All those connections, we will break it down in pieces. Their connection is for their self. We are going to break their connection down. That's what I'm here for. And I must say it again to you guys, and I keep saying it to you guys. The media act that I understand is not Arise TV. It's not CNN. I know this game, and I know that I am ready for criticism, but I believe in my instinct. And I want to thank you guys, gentle people on this platform, that have actually listened to me, even with my madness, because I thought I'm losing my head. Because sometimes I barely can sleep. 4 a.m. I'm planning, I'm analyzing things, I'm thinking, because I don't want to solve the crime. I want to give hope to Nigerians that you can ask a question. Just ask a question, and that's what I've been able to do. And if at the end of the day we didn't get answer, at least we ask a question. We're 3 hours on dot now. Please, my sister, can you round it up for us, please?
Always keep the eye on the ball.
That's number one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone that joined us today. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad. I'm really happy that we have all lended our voice to a great cause. It is by everybody dedicating their time to be on here from the beginning of this life till now for these number of days that is showing results. I can categorically say that due to what I've heard from Doctor today. And I would like to say, even though some of us at this point in our lives have pledged allegiance to other countries, like myself, who is currently holding a United States passport and is considered a United States citizen, I am still a Ghanaian. I originate from Africa. Africa will always be my home. I have my family in Africa. I owe a duty to my family, a duty to my first country, a duty to everyone in that continent to help any cause that is good, that is beneficial, that will help us become better. That in the next few years, people will sit back and say Africa has grown, Africa has become better, things have changed. People would like to invest in Africa. People would like to stay back in Africa and live their life. They wouldn't want to go through the desert. They wouldn't want to go through the sea to get to Africa. They wouldn't want to travel illegally to enter other countries. But Africa will be a better place. That everybody that is in the diaspora will not worry if their family in Africa is going to be okay or not. So I really am happy today. And we still pray that we will hear good news from the Nigerian police, and that my people in Ghana are also following up on this issue, and they are proud today that we have been able to achieve, at least, if nothing at all, the voice that we hold has made impact. We all should learn from this and understand that if you have nothing at all, you have your voice.
Thank you so much.
And in no time should you be afraid to voice out when it's necessary. So I pray to God that at the end of the day, we will come to a better conclusion. Like I always say, the end will justify
the means.
Thank you all.
Barrister, say something to the Nigerian women, please.
Anti-barrister.
Barrister is here.
Anti-barrister, say something to the Nigerian women.
Yes.
Barrister,
Okay.
I'm listening to your voice.
First of all, I want to say that our lives matters. So our lives matter. As women, we should, in fact, it's already a challenge being a woman in Nigeria, in the world generally. So I understand it when I have a daughter and I'm looking out for her in this cause. I'm looking out for her in this cause because I want a society where women can go out and come back without being afraid of being without being afraid of being victimized, abused. So one of the reasons why I'm putting my name out in this matter is because I want to see justice. I want to see justice, and justice is not a one-way traffic. Justice should be seen to have been done to the missing people, justice to the victim who the person who was fired. Let me use the person who was fired now. Justice must be seen to be done to the families of these people, to even Mr. Ben, and to even us who want to see this justice. So justice is not a one-way traffic. And because I know this, I'm lending my voice. Women, we are not a pushover. We are not to be left in the kitchen. Our lives matter. So I want to encourage Nigerian women, as much as this is going on, anything, don't even, many of these women are, you can see women are very contributory in this investigation on Mr. Ben's page. So it shows that women are not to be left in the kitchen. Women are not to be left behind. We are a part of a movement to seek justice. So Nigerian women, anywhere you are, you matter. Our lives matter. Our career, everything about us matter. So hopefully when this case is resolved, we can beat our chest to say we fought for our own. Thank you, Nigerian people. Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, you're one of my favorite callers.
Thank you. Thank you. And my YouTube people, thank you so much. The YouTube, you guys have been wonderful. Yes, sir.
I want you to see Mr. B.O. as probably the mouth of the police by proxy. Because I think he's got some powerful information that probably are not going to come from ordinary people like that. I think he's probably coming from...
I knew from day one, and I told him. He called me. I told him to his face. Yeah. I told him to get out of my phone. He should go and carry out his investigation. And he didn't like it. And you know one thing about this man. That man called Mr. Bio. Mr. Bio does not hate. He does not that the guy doesn't like me. He knows I know my shit. And he knows.
I don't think he hates you.
No, he doesn't. He know I know my shit. And he said it on his program. He has gone to find out who I am. He has gone to find out that this man is uncompromised. So he knows.
I think the initial plan was to, come with attack force, try to get him to kind of back down so they can do their work, right? Because, at some point he came for myself and Barrister, because we're constantly on here trying to get
and published our images.
Publishing our images on his platform, trying to tell people to come and
I think what he was doing, I don't know where to call it, reverse psychology. Maybe.
Black sheep supporters.
Black sheep supporters.
Some of those, I think he knows the truth.
Yeah. So I think now
more, so I think we get more information.
The man is a consultant to Nigerian police, and I wish him well in his work, but not with me.
Yeah.
Not with me.
We pray for the best. Like I said, today has been a good day, and we hope that the message has reached the people that it needs to reach. And we hope that eventually, when we hear from the Nigerian police, it will be a joy for all of us, because we will all have closure to this issue.
I think when he tries to make unfounded allegations against them,
you can see it's
he wants to smile.
Watch his body expression.
Yeah. That was smart. No, two people sent it to me. It's like, that's why I said the guy is saying something else.
We want to smile. You know what I mean? I don't think he hates you, but I think they want more information.
No, they're not getting anything else. The next time they will hear information is when the IG will speak to them. I want to thank you guys. Listen, it's weekend and I'm going out to have a drink. I am going out to have a drink and nobody can stop me. Yeah? God bless you and have a great evening, guys. Have a happy Sunday tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.